myself after the game for the Sharon Regional 5th quarter scoreboard show, where we will recap all the scores and take your calls. And remember to tune into the Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook page to see us live in the studio and leave comments throughout the show. Stay tuned for Week 8 of high school football on News Talk 790 WPIC with Mark and Bob. Stay tuned for Slippery Rock at Hickory. And with Briggs and Birch on Sports Radio 96.7, you'll hear Grove City at Fort Leboeuf. And on behalf of our Sports Radio crew and our game announcers, I'm Aaron Byro. Thanks for listening and enjoy the games.
This is Sports Radio 96.7, and this is high school football at its very best.
And it is Archer, picks it up, he's heading for the end zone! Will he get it? What is a championship? Forget it, Andre Coleman takes it into the end zone!
Myers back to pass, pump fake, looks, throws, long near side, get a man open! McCoy caught it! Good by 1 yard! The Faro Steelers are your 2019 state champions!
It's the game that separates the men from the boys, and it's happening right now.
Tonight on Sports Radio 96.7, we feature a District 10 3A semifinal matchup as the Grove City Eagles travel to Waterford to battle the Fort Leboeuf Bison.
Our high school football broadcasts are brought to you by Sharon Regional Sports Medicine, Medicine Shop of Hermitage,
Warner's Homes and Improvements since 1958. Online at warnersconstruction.com.
O'Neill Coffee, Bill McCandless Ford, Reinhardt's Agency, Cash Dollar and Associates, Lock, Stock and Barrel, Taylor Chevrolet Toyota Kia of Hermitage.
Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. Flynn's will get you in right now.
Mancino's Driving School.
M&R Power Equipment on Route 18 in Hermitage.
Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Attorney Bill Motor. Mercer County State Bank.
Express Employment Professionals. Respecting people, impacting business.
Penn, Ohio Roofing. Gilbert's Risk Solutions. Herman's Water. And McNichol and Bonner LLP of Grove City.
Make sure you thank this group of local businesses for supporting these broadcasts. For more information, go to our website at sportsradio967.com. Now, let's go to the field for our Countdown to Kickoff show with our game announcers,
Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch.
And a very pleasant Friday evening to you from Erie County. We are in Waterford tonight, Carm Benito Field, home of the Fort Leboeuf Bison and the site of tonight's District 10 Class 3A semifinal between the Grove City Eagles and the Fort Leboeuf Bison. Hi, everybody. Ryan Briggs here along with Chris Birch. Chris, we are here at this beautiful facility in Waterford tonight on a cold, damp, drizzly night. Fort Leboeuf 6-0, Grove City at 3-3, coming out of the always tough Region 3, Class 3A in Mercer County. Very, very intriguing matchup tonight as the playoffs get underway in Class 3A.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. You know, again, a great matchup here. You know, kind of perhaps maybe the semifinal that has the most intrigue out of all of the semifinals in all of District 10 as, you know, a Fort Leboeuf team that just absolutely roared through their schedule. You know, ran the football all over the three opponents that they played twice in their region. Didn't see much passing, as you know, we heard talked about in the pregame show. And then a Grove City team that certainly has had, you know, some injury issues. They've had some ups and downs, but they have really kind of played a tough, gritty style of football. They've been able to mix it up a little bit, and they find themselves here at 3-3 in the District 10 semifinals, playing very well.
But it is a tall task tonight on the road at Fort Leboeuf. The Bison averaging 47 points per game, nearly 400 yards of offense, a ground-based attack. We'll talk more about that, but no doubt the Eagles have their work cut out for them tonight on the road in the District 10 playoffs. Chris and I are going to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the teams. We'll visit with Grove City coach Sam Mowry, and we'll have the Penn Ohio Roofing starting lineups. All that and more as our pregame continues from Fort Leboeuf High School after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
When there's work to do, ground to break, earth to move, and a reputation to uphold, you need the durable Kubota RTVX. Built with half-ton capabilities, industry-exclusive heavy-duty features, and a cargo bed that easily transitions into a second row of seating. The RTVX is North America's...
products to improve your score and can even help you restructure your existing loans that might help you save big time. Refresh your credit this fall with a 5-star credit review with the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Visit them online at gcamcu.org. Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Don't be scared. Time for Taylor.
Come out of the shadows and feast your eyes on our devilish deals. Lease the all-new 2021 K5 LXS and pay only $209 a month for 36 months with zero due at signing. $209 a month and zero due at signing. This is no trick. It's your treat. Are you frightened to buy a car? Do you have a job? Our thrilling credit team can give you up to $7,000 over KBB fair value towards the purchase of any select 2020 Sorento in stock.
A spine-chilling $7,000.
That's better than a vampire who lives on a dead-end street. It's time for Taylor and devilish deals at Taylor Kia of Boardman and Hermitage. Through credit, 10K annual miles plus tax, title, security deposit, and fees. Zero due at signing. 7-day trade-in offer valid on select 2020 Sorento only. Based on stock number K21122. Expires 10/31/20.
Sports injuries slow you down, but the team at Sharon Regional Sports Medicine is dedicated to getting you safely back on the move. Their nationally board and state certified athletic trainers and specially trained PTs and OTs are there to meet your needs. From ACL tears to rotator cuff injuries, shoulder, arm, or ankle pain, and more, the team works closely with you to reduce pain, speed healing, and prevent re-injury. Visit Sharon Regional Sports Medicine, conveniently located in Hermitage, Mercer, and Hubbard, Ohio.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by Taylor Kia, Chevy, and Toyota of Hermitage. Get the ultimate shopping experience and hassle-free credit approval. It's time for Taylor. Online at drivetaylor.com.
Welcome back to Fort Leboeuf High School, Carm Benito Field. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you. Andy Ryder back in the studio producing tonight's game. We want to say a special hello to everybody who is watching via the YouTube feed, courtesy of the Grove City Boosters. I know we have we already have some viewers, and we'll pick up a lot more as we get closer to kickoff. Viewers from both the Grove City fan base as well as for Fort Leboeuf. So welcome to everybody there, as well, along with everybody listening over the air or online or via the downloadable app from sportsradio967.com. Chris, the Grove City Eagles, a team that we certainly are very familiar with. We saw them a handful of occasions this year. Again, it's I don't want to say it's not necessarily a rebuilding year per se, but a little bit of a retooling year. Overall, a junior-dominated or junior-heavy class, we should say, with some sophomores and seniors sprinkled in. All things considered, based on the injuries and whatnot, the Eagles are in a pretty good spot.
They really are. And again, one of the big shots in the arm here this week is when they found out that quarterback Logan Brees is able to play. He had surgery a couple of weeks ago. There was a few kind of minor complications with it. Kept him out a week longer than he thought. And Zach Rogers went in and did a fantastic job. But the problem is, you need Zach out there at that wide receiver position, at some of the other things that Zach does. So basically, kind of everything's back in place now, at least from that standpoint on the offense. So, they find themselves, a little bit healthier than they have been the last couple of weeks. They've been battle tested. They've played, really good teams in Sharon and Slippery Rock, a great team in Hickory. Again, you come in, you kind of wipe the slate clean, the playoffs start. I have a good vibe, a good feeling about where this Grove City team is right now and the fact that they're going to play well.
The Eagles with Logan Brees back, 745 yards passing this year, 7 touchdowns. He's also run for a pair of scores. But this team gets going with the ground game. And while there has been some shuffling on the offensive line this year, 2 different quarterbacks have started it, a number of receivers. The running back position has been pretty steady with junior Curtis Hovis and sophomore Anthony Nemec handling the duties this year. They've combined for over 700 yards this year. And no doubt they're going to have to both, I think, be productive tonight if the Eagles want to advance to the title game.
Well, you look at the best games that Grove City has played. So they're 3 wins and the close loss against Hickory. They in those games ran the football effectively. That was again they throw the ball a lot, but what they do best, like you said, is when you get those athletic linemen out in front of the action. You get Hovis kind of grinding to the inside, Nemec, bouncing out and making plays to the outside. And when they have that dynamic, all of a sudden that opens up the passing game, and this becomes a very diverse, dynamic offense that it's tough to take everything away from. So you hit it right on the head. The running game is the key because it opens up so many other things.
And on the outside, Anthony Pereira, what a breakout year for the junior receiver. 30 catches, 512 yards. Rogers, who started at quarterback, he goes back to receiver. And then on the other side, Hayden McCready, sophomore, stepping in with Gavin Lutz being out due to injury. McCready, 4 catches this year, but no doubt Pereira, he's a big target, and he will be a big target in the passing game.
Yeah, I mean, 30 receptions in a 6-game season. That's incredible in high school football. He's done a great job. He's been the guy that he almost plays a little bit like a tight end. He's a wide receiver, but he's almost like a security blanket, like a tight end. He almost plays kind of a dual role there. He's been terrific. And like you said, Hayden McCready stepping in at that other wide receiver position. They will miss John Hake, who, of course, is out with that collarbone injury. He did a really nice job stepping in this year at wide receiver. But McCready, I think, is certainly up to the task. And Trey Resner, the sophomore, he's made some really good strides too. Becoming a big part of this offense. We'll get some time at that wide receiver spot too.
You mentioned Anthony Pereira playing like a tight end. The Eagles have a pretty good tight end in senior Zach Martin, 12 catches this year, averaging 16 yards per catch. A good blocker, maybe doesn't is a little undersized from your classic tight end at 5'9", 175, but boy, he's I think for my money one of the most indispensable guys, not just on this Grove City team, but for any team in our area.
Yeah, that's really well said. He is. That's the right word. He's indispensable, and he's the guy that you talk to any of the Grove City coaches about Zach Martin, and they'll just rave about all of the things that he does. Both on both sides of the football. Again, he plays tight end, so he doesn't fill up the stat sheet like a running back or a big-time outside wide receiver will. But, boy, you notice who they go to when they really need a first down or something like that. He's had a great season, and you're right. He is indispensable and incredibly important to this offense.
Up front, the Eagles, they had to move some guys around due to some injuries, and then they liked the way that they settled things in. So, essentially, it worked out that senior Matt Howard, who was the center, he moved to right tackle, and Gage Dolgonski, who was at right tackle, he moved to center. He was all-region as a sophomore last year at tackle. They've kind of settled in along with Max Meifert, a senior at right guard, Nate Wadsworth and Jacob Blair. It's not the biggest offensive line that Grove City has had in terms of you look at the overall height, weight, etc. But it is a good 5-man unit that is athletic and works well together.
That's exactly right. I mean, you got Meifert at 6 foot 300. He's kind of your stereotypical Grove City offensive lineman. But those other guys, they're almost like fullbacks playing linemen, and they move like that too. They get out, they do some great blocking on the edge. They're just kind of smart, and they do a nice job protecting Brees and opening up holes. So yeah, it's like one of those classic situations where you're not big, but you use your size to your advantage.
Defensively, the Eagles, a lot of the same guys up front. Martin and Hubbas anchoring the inside linebacker spots. Pereira and Nemec on the outside, but. Fort Leboeuf, with being such a ground-oriented attack, you have to think the front four, Blair, Howard, Dolgonski, and then Cole Hammerman, along with Wadsworth and Dylan Ahern. Those guys are going to have to, if maybe not necessarily win the battle up front, but play to a stalemate.
Yeah, I agree. That's exactly right. And again, there's so much about this Fort Leboeuf team that we don't know because they haven't played anybody that's comparable to the people that Grove City have played. We know their stats, we know their personnel. Yeah, you look at Blair, Howard, Dolgonski, and Cole Hammerman, who's really had a breakout season for the Eagles. If those guys can dominate up front, take away the running game, and has Fort Leboeuf sort of looking for a plan B that they haven't had to use all year, that could really be a big advantage for the Eagles.
As we switch our attention to Fort Leboeuf, the Bison, 348 rushing yards per game this season. They've only attempted 20 passes all year in 6 games, but when you average over 10 yards a carry and nearly 350 rushing yards per game, why throw it? 2 outstanding backs in this wing T offense. It's not the Delaware wing T like you'd see with Sharpsville or up here, what Iroquois runs, what Mercyhurst ran back in the 2000s under head coach Matt Morgan. It's more of kind of an old-style wing T in which it's kind of a 2-back attack with the fullback Jack Rimpa and halfback Tristan Harris Rimpa this year, 537 yards and 12 touchdowns. He averages 10 yards per carry. He was a known quantity coming into this year, but the guy that's had a real breakout is Tristan Harris, 6 foot 180, a junior. He can fly. 18 yards a carry this year, Chris. 813 yards on 45 carries. 15 touchdowns rushing. He has 16 touchdowns overall. Returned a kickoff for a touchdown against Girard a couple weeks back. He can be a real problem, as can Rimpa for this Grove City defense.
I tell you what, obviously you said about Rimpa being the known quantity. He's had a great career, the senior. He's a grinder. He's a guy that gets stronger as the game goes along. But you're right, Tristan Harris. He's that he's the misdirection guy. So you get the offense going right, he goes left, and then the problem with him is for everybody that they've played so far is nobody's been able to catch him. So you're focused on winning the battle up front. You're focused on kind of shutting Rimpa down, and then all of a sudden Tristan Harris is coming on some kind of a misdirection play, and you have to try to catch him, and it's really, really tough to. So it's been really, really tough for teams to stop, like you said, almost 350 rushing yards a game. That's insane. But again, I hate to keep saying it this way. They haven't played anybody like Grove City yet this year.
The Fort Leboeuf offensive line anchored by a pair of senior tackles, Lance McLaughlin, 6'3", 270, and Cam Riazzi, 6 feet, 260. As you look, just in terms of what the paper says, height, weight, the lines are pretty comparable size-wise.
Yeah, they are comparable size-wise. You got some wrestlers there for this Fort Leboeuf team. They're obviously athletic. They can do a little blocking out in the open as well. It's one of the keys to the game for sure. Who can win the line of scrimmage?
Looking at the Leboeuf defense, anchored up front by McLaughlin, who was a District 10 qualifier in wrestling last year, 15-17. Lost to Reynolds' Rocco John Danello, who's an outstanding heavyweight wrestler. But McLaughlin inside, certainly he'll be a handful for the Grove City interior. Then Rimpa at inside linebacker. He was a state qualifier at 152 pounds last year. He's your classic inside linebacker with that wrestling background and leading tackler with 42 tackles this year. And no doubt the offensive line will have to keep an eye on where number 20 is for Leboeuf.
Yeah, and again, this Leboeuf defense just absolutely snuffed teams out. They only give up about 4 or 5 points a game. They've been outstanding. And the guys you mentioned, you're not going to move them off the line very easily. What you have to do to this defense, misdirect, keep them off balance a little bit, mix in the pass, mix in the outside runs, and just not let those guys kind of tee off on you along the line of scrimmage. So, a lot of big names there. They have a great linebacking core, several good multi-sport athletes, with some athletes in the secondary too. However, as we've talked about, the secondary have been primarily run tacklers. The back line against the run. Let's see how they do against the team that passes a lot more than the teams they've seen.
Special teams always a factor in big games, and from Fort Leboeuf's standpoint, Alex Blos, who we'll see at quarterback, he and Max Endress, they'll rotate at quarterback. Blos has only had to punt 6 times this year, but he's punted 6 more times than Grove City's punter. Zach Martin will punt tonight with Hake out, so Grove City will have a new punter in Zach Martin, new kicker in Hayden McCready with Hake out, and we'll hear from Sam Mowry in our next segment about that. But you have to wonder, that certainly has to be edge Fort Leboeuf in the kicking game, at least here as we approach kickoff at the top of the hour.
Sure, and again, Fort Leboeuf has, they haven't had to punt a whole lot, but they've certainly gotten tons and tons of reps over the course of the 3-month season, working their long snapper and their punter. So, again, when Grove City is trying to kind of on the fly here, come up with a new punt team, literally. That could always cause some issues. And then, John Hake has been one of the best kickers in our area as far as extra points and field goals and things like that. So it does. It takes a real sort of weapon or element away from this Grove City offense. We'll see how the guys, that have been asked to step up and be next man up, we'll see how they do.
Hake, 18 of 19 on extra points. No field goals this year, but he kicked 4 last year. And the Eagles without him tonight. Grove City and Fort Leboeuf. Kickoff is coming up at the top of the hour. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll visit with Grove City coach Sam Mowry. Don't forget, we also have the Penn Ohio Roofing starting lineups as we approach kickoff. It's the District 10 Class 3A semifinals here on Sports Radio 96.7.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire. We know how valuable your time is, so we've made it fast, easy, and affordable to buy tires. There's 3 easy ways to purchase tires from Flynn's. First, just drive in, because Flynn's will get you in right now. No appointment necessary. The second option, give us a call, and we'll help you select and reserve the perfect tire for you. The third option, save time and buy online at flynnstire.com. It's that easy. Just drive in, and Flynn's will get you in right now.
And tell them Vinny sent you.
And now, Power Remodeling presents another episode of Home Improvement
Maury,
Drama.
3,
So you can replace
2,
my windows?
and 1.
You can replace your windows.
And you are trustworthy?
We're very trustworthy.
And you'll do it in one day?
Absolutely.
And this is the best deal ever?
Ever.
Well, okay then.
All right then.
1 week later.
You never showed up this morning.
Yeah, I got sick.
Thought you said you were reliable.
I said we were trustworthy.
What?
Warner's Homes and Improvements have over 50 years of experience working with all types of windows. You can depend on Warner's Homes and Improvements to give you a great quality product. The majority of Warner's window installations will be completed within 1 business day. Their certified technicians will install your windows with a tight seal to give you protection from the elements and savings on your energy bills. Warner's Homes and Improvements offers a number of services for replacement windows. For more details, go to warnerconstruction.com. Quality you can trust. Warner's Homes and Improvements, South Erie Street, Mercer.
When you put money in our bank, you started a chain reaction. We made an auto loan. A local car dealer sold a car salesman got a commission, his wife bought groceries, the checker at the supermarket got a paycheck. You made that happen. Thanks. Mercer County State Bank. Community-minded just like you. Member FDIC. Visit us online at mcsbank.com.
So, I'm in a grocery store, perusing the pharmaceutical aisle, doing the best I can without my bifocals to read these labels that say things like benzalkonium chloride or a diphosphate something or other. What does that do exactly? Well, you're certainly not going to get answers in a grocery store, are you?
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Hermitage has the answers you're looking for. So bring your prescriptions and your questions to the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, East State Street in Hermitage.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by Taylor Kia, Chevy, and Toyota of Hermitage. Get the ultimate shopping experience and hassle-free credit approval. It's time for Taylor. Online at drivetaylor.com.
We are back here on Sports Radio 96.7 in cold, damp Waterford, Pennsylvania. Fort Leboeuf High School, site of this District 10 3A semifinal. Ryan Briggs here, joined by Grove City coach Sam Mowry. Coach, the Grove City Eagles, you're on the road. You're back in the playoffs. A little bit of it's been an unusual season to say the least, and now an unusual setup playing a true road game in the playoffs. But I'm sure you and your team are very excited about the opportunity tonight.
Of course, excited about the opportunity to play another Friday night. You know, this year really puts things in perspective when you think about getting the opportunity to come out and practice and have a football season and play games. We truly are fortunate every week we get to play, and it's been great this year, and in terms of support from the community and parents and boosters and helping out in any way they can to keep things running smoothly. So we're excited to be here. We're excited to be at Fort Leboeuf tonight, and thankful to get another chance to play on a Friday night.
Fort Leboeuf, a team that on the original schedule you were set to play in Week 2 back in early September. Of course, things didn't work out, but you've played Fort Leboeuf the last 4 years, twice in the 5A playoffs in 16 and 17, and then regular season games the last 2 years. How much do you take from those previous meetings and apply it to tonight, and how does this team compare to the teams, to the previous editions they've had?
Those are all films that we've, you go back and you look at and try to see, other years they do things a little bit different defensively, offensively, probably based on the personnel that they have. But we know year in and year out, the team that you're going to get with Fort Leboeuf is a well-coached, disciplined, scrappy football team, and this 2020 team most certainly is that. They, you can see on film very clearly that they're a good football team. They have a lot of talent in the backfield on offense. They have good offense and defensive lines, and you can see them gain more confidence as the year's gone on. And obviously they're 6-0, have had a great season, and they've done a good job. And Coach Nichols always has a well-coached, disciplined, scrappy team. So those years we've had some great games with them, and we've been able to go back in the archives and take a look at some of those. some of those more recent matchups to help prepare us for tonight. But again, really just happy to be here and anxious to get it started.
I'm sure another thing that you're happy about is having your starting quarterback back, Logan Brees. He missed the last couple of games. He had a procedure on his knee, but he's cleared. He's back tonight. Certainly, anytime you can get a senior quarterback, a 2-year starter back for a big game like this, you had to probably sleep a little bit easier.
Definitely nice getting Logan back, and you know, you really learn a lot about your team during those kinds of times, and the ways that different players were able to step up and fill roles. And we talked about this, or I talked with Bobby about this, I think, you know, last game against Sharon. You know, kids really stepped up and were able to fill in roles that we were missing. But having Logan back enables us to put Zach Rogers back out at receiver and get him involved in the game maybe in a little different way. But definitely nice to have him back for sure.
One notable absence for your team is John Hake, junior kicker, who started at receiver when Rogers went to quarterback. He's out due to injury, so you lose a receiver, but also your kicker and punter, 3-year starter kicker. And he was doing the punting this year. You have 2 guys going tonight who have not attempted a kick or a punt in varsity action this year. Hayden McCready kicking, Zach Martin punting. How much experience do those guys have, and how you know, will we maybe see the Eagles going for 2 tonight instead of kicking?
You know, almost seems par for course for the year 2020. That you know, we often joke with John about, you know, he's practicing 2 times a day. He goes from a soccer practice to a football practice, and he is a very busy young man and has handled that unlike many other kids his age would. And he has just done such a great job kicking and stepping in at receiving and those games that you know, he really helped step up and fill some voids there at receiver, and goes and breaks his collarbone in a soccer game at Greenville. So just added another twist to this year. So we have Hayden McCready will be kicking off, and Zach Martin will be punting. And you know, as you asked earlier, they've dabbled in kicking and definitely haven't majored in it, but they do a good job. And I know that they've worked hard to get there. And somebody that you're familiar with, Coach Chin, spends a lot of time with John Hake when he was kicking, and with these guys helping get them prepared for a night like this. So we know they'll do a great job. Dr. Jim Chin, longtime special teams guru across the street at Grove City College. Right. I know you played for him and did a great job for those years, and now helping out the locals on special teams. We appreciate that for sure. Coach, a couple keys tonight for your team to come here, get a win, and advance to the District 10 championship game. You know, tonight I think offensively it's just going to be important to control the tempo of the football game, be able to change speeds, play fast at times we think we need to, slow it down at times we think we might have to, and defensively it's really about creating turnovers and stopping their run game. They've just had a dominant run game this year, and special teams, as we just talked about with kicking, I think that'll play a huge role in tonight's game, and making sure that we're clean on special teams and help that make a positive difference for us. Coach, we appreciate your time. Best of luck, my friend. All right, thank you. That's Grove City coach Sam Mowry. More when we come back from Fort Leboeuf on Sports Radio 96.7.
Good health and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Motor, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage.
The first quarter is being brought to you by Sharon Regional Sports Medicine, the area's most comprehensive provider of sports medicine and sports rehab services.
And we are going to get started a few minutes early tonight. 7 o'clock kickoff. It's 6:56, and Grove City won the toss and has elected to defer until the second half. Eagles will kick off going right to left. Hayden McCready has it teed up. We'll get you the Penn Ohio Roofing starting lineups in just a moment. McCready has it teed up at the 40. Kick downfield. It will be fielded at the 18-yard line by Rimpa. Rimpa to the 30, to the 35, and Jack Rimpa brought down near the 40-yard line for Fort Leboeuf. The Bison will have it on the far left hash, moving left to right. And the Fort Leboeuf offense, the Penn Ohio Roofing starting lineups brought to you by Penn Ohio Roofing, PennOhioRC.com. The quarterback is Max Endress. We'll also see Alex Blos. It will be Endress starting tonight. Fullback is Jack Rimpa. Tristan Harris, the halfback. Adam Lichtinger is the wingback. Ryan Dahm, the split end. The tight end, Jacob Jenkins. We'll also see Dom Gentile at tight end. the center, Walt Anderson. The guards are Nick Bliley and Hayden Ford. The tackles are Lance McLaughlin and Cam Riazzi. We'll give you the Grove City defense after this first down play. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Split backs behind Endress. Lichtinger, the wing, moves from left and right. The give is to Rimpa over the right side. Rimpa up the middle to midfield. Rimpa has the 45, finally brought down at the 42-yard line of Grove City. A pickup of 18 yards for Rimpa on his first carry of the night. And Fort Leboeuf has a first down at the 42. The Grove City defense, the ends are Jacob Blair and Cole Hammerman. The tackles are Matt Howard and Gage Dlagonski. Linebackers Anthony Pereira, Anthony Nemec on the outside, Zach Martin, Curtis Huvis on the inside. Trey Resner and Hayden McCready are the corners. Zach Rogers, the free safety. 1st and 10, Leboeuf at the 42 of Grove City, moving left to right. Turn, toss goes to Harris. Harris trying to get around the right side, has a little bit of room. Hauled down at the 38-yard line by Zach Martin, the leading tackler on the season for Grove City. And Harris a little bit shaken up.
Yeah,
and he's not a little bit shaken up. He's a lot shaken up.
He's a lot shaken up, yeah. And yeah, you could see it was a pretty violent collision out there. And I was just about to say, you know, we talked about how much Harris can scoot, but Rimpa can scoot too. And, oh, boy, that's a second play of the game. Tristan Harris, who's rushed for 813 yards in 6 games in a considerable amount of pain, and I don't think that's a cramp, Briggsy.
No, and of course last year Grove City played against Mercyhurst Prep, and we saw the outstanding Steve Smith injured for Mercyhurst. So Lightning somewhat striking twice. 2nd and call it 6 from the Grove City 38. It's a long 6. Blows wide left. Lichtinger in motion, and the give is to Justin Lucian. Lucian over the right side, starts at defensive end, and he will work forward inside the 35 to the 34, where Pereira knocks him out of bounds after a pickup of 4. It will be 3rd and 2. Fort Leboeuf at home tonight in the blue jerseys, white numbers, silver pants, blue helmets, very much like the New York Football Giants.
Exactly, yep.
Grove City white tops with gold numbers and letters outlined in black. It's old gold, black pants, black helmets for the Eagles tonight on the road. Just underway. We started a few minutes early tonight. If you're tuning in now, you've missed the opening kickoff and 3 scrimmage plays. Fort Leboeuf 3rd and 2 at the Grove City 34. Lucian and Rimpa split behind Endress. Endress keeps it on a sneak. He is hit, stacked up. The pile kind of spins clockwise. Then everybody goes down in a heap. Grove City signaling that it has the football.
Yeah.
But no beanbag thrown by the officials. Zach Martin came out of there with it. Endress on the sneak picks up a yard and a half, but he is short. Nope, they say first down.
Yeah.
Enough for the first down. Endress at 6'4", getting that just enough of that frame out there.
I think it was a pretty generous spot, but hey, you know, where they spotted it, that was definitely a first down. So good surge by the Fort Leboeuf offensive line. 1st and 10 at the 32 on the near right hash. It's a counter to the wingback. It's knocked loose, and Grove City's recovered it. Lichtinger never got the handoff. Zach Martin blew up the play, and the Eagles recover at the 36 as it's Gage Dlagonski coming up with the turnover, and Grove City coming up with a takeaway. You know, just that little misdirection, the old kind of scissors play is what we usually call it. And the Grove City defensive line was right up in there, and the handoff never really happened, like you said. And Dlagonski able to fall on the loose football, and the Grove City Eagles will take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36, the takeaway. You're in the opening 2 minutes of this one. Logan Brees back at quarterback. He's in the shotgun, and he will give it to Huvis. Huvis over the left side, breaks one tackle. He gets out to the 43-yard line. That's where he's brought down by the cornerback over here, Hayden Skinner, but a nice gain for Huvis, who picks up 7. The Grove City offense will give it to you when we can. Eagles that up-tempo attack. Quickly back to the line. Give the Huvis up the gut across the 45 to the 48. Has the first down, brought down by Lucian. Grove City back-to-back carries for Huvis. The quarterback is Brees. Huvis at running back. The receivers are Pereira, Rogers, and McCready. Martin's the tight end. The tackles are Nate Wadsworth and Matt Howard. Jacob Blair, Max Meifert are the guards, and Gage Dlagonski is the center. We'll get you the Leboeuf defense here in a few moments as we make our way through the Penn Ohio Roofing starting lineups. Give to Huvis up the middle. Huvis to the 45. He's the Leboeuf 35 to the 30. Finally brought down from behind inside the 25 by Lichtinger. Curtis Huvis rumbles down to the Fort Leboeuf 24. It's a gain of 28 yards for Grove City's number 28.
Yeah, I tell you what, Ryan, Grove City has this is exactly what I was talking about. When they're in this tempo, And Hovis is picking up chunks like this. They're tough to deal with.
Now Anthony Nemec running back, and he gets a yard and then is driven back by the teeth of the defense as Riazzi in there on the stop along with Lucian. It will be 2nd and about 8. The Leboeuf defense, the ends are Lucian and Gentile. Riazzi and McLaughlin are the tackles. Lichtinger and Endress, the outside linebackers. Rimpa and Ford on the inside. The corners are Blos and Skinner. Harris is the free safety. So both teams have a lot of guys going both ways. Nemec picked up a yard to the 23. Brees on 2nd and 9 throws it right side to Pereira. Pereira at the 20 and then driven back. Anthony Pereira, his 31st catch of the season, but it is a short gain as Leboeuf was all over that one.
Yeah, well defended out there by the secondary of Leboeuf. I like the play call though. Maybe just getting Brees kind of letting him make a kind of a simple pass play to get his feet back under him here after a couple of weeks off.
3rd and 7 at the 21. Grove City 40% on the season on 3rd down. The give is the Hovis, winding his way over the right side. Rimpa gets a hold of him and brings him down at the 17-yard line. Gain of 4. Grove City has 4th and 3, and the Eagles will go for it. The Eagles are into the McCandless Ford red zone. This is the 7th play of the drive. It's used a shade over 2 minutes.
Yeah, they are just the perfect tempo that Grove City likes to run, and Hovis is doing a great job behind his blockers.
2 receivers left, and we have a flag, and Grove City moved. Eagles will be called for a false start. That will set them back 5 yards. It is now 4th and 8, and the Eagles have exited the McCandless Ford red zone.
Yeah, and more importantly, they've exited the 4th and short zone, now turning that into a 4th and 8, which is a much more difficult play call.
We need a sponsor for the 4th and short zone. 4th and 8. Brees back to pass, throwing the ball deep downfield, and is it caught? Yes, it is caught inside the 1-yard line. Zach Martin double-teamed, comes up with it. It is 1st and goal at the 1. And just like you said, Chris, the Eagles, they need a big play. They go to Martin.
Yeah, that's it. They're 4th and 8, and they hit Martin down the seam.
1st and goal at the 1. They hand off to Hovis. He hits the line, leans forward, and he is in. Touchdown, Grove City. Eagles turn the turnover into points. The 4th down conversion, and it's capped by the 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, again, just kind of everything that we know, is successful about this Grove City offense on display. Up tempo, mixing in the pass with the run. You go to Martin on the big play, and then you pound it into the end zone. What a great first drive for the Eagles.
Now Grove City short a man. They need a holder. Actually, they need a kicker.
Yeah.
McCready coming over. He had to, I'm guessing, change footwear.
Yeah, we knew they needed a kicker, but they literally needed a kicker there.
McCready, this is his first extra point of the season. Snap a little high. It's put on the tee. McCready's kick deflected at the line. It is no good, and it remains 6-0. But Grove City has the lead, 6-0, 7:36 to go first quarter. Back with the kickoff on Sports Radio 96.7.
Okay, class. Today, we're discussing what does a roof mean to you?
It means that I don't get rained on when I'm inside.
It means I can play my...
With day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
The first quarter is being brought to you by Sharon Regional Sports Medicine, the area's most comprehensive provider of sports medicine and sports rehab services.
Welcome back to Fort Leboeuf. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you. Andy Ryder back in the studio. Grove City on top, 6-0, thanks to the 8-play, 64-yard touchdown drive. Now Hayden McCready's kickoff is a squibber along the near hash mark, and one of the upmen for Fort Leboeuf will fall on it at the 36-yard line, as that is Nick Hess, senior linebacker, falling on it. And Leboeuf will have good field position The Bison, Chris, they had a very nice drive going last time, but the Grove City defense forcing the fumble, and ultimately turns into a touchdown for the Eagles.
Yeah, how about that? And again, of course, the big story from that first drive, not only the Fort Leboeuf fumble and turnover, but the injury to the halfback, Tristan Harris, on the second play of the game, still on the bench there being tended to by the training staff.
Leboeuf from the near right hash, unbalanced line to the near side. Now Lichtinger motions from left to right. The toss will go to the running back, and that will be Rimpa on the carry over the right side. Runs into Hayden McCready. Rimpa, expect to see him do the bulk of the heavy lifting now with Harris sideline, and Rimpa picks up 4.
Yeah, he's a good player, though. You know, like you said, the guy that kind of came into the season figuring to be the feature back, and then Tristan Harris really stepping up and, turning into the guy here in his junior season. But Rimpa can do it, that's for sure.
2nd down and 6 for Leboeuf. Moving right to left, split backs behind the quarterback. That's Endress, and the handoff will go to Lichtinger on a buck sweep around the left side. Lichtinger gets outside, gets a few yards, but a flag thrown by the head linesman right at the point of attack. And you wonder if they may get the tight end out there, Jenkins, for a hold.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, that's it, because right as he made the turn to go up the field to get to the edge, the flag came out. So that is, at least 9 times out of 10, that's what you see that call being. So, yeah, they're talking to the Grove City coaches now.
Lichtinger picked up a couple, but the flag will negate that, and Leboeuf will have 2nd and long. Ball put down back at the 29-yard line. And now they move it forward up to the 31. So it will be 2nd down and 15. Credit the ball carrier Lichtinger with a 1-yard gain. Then back 10 on the hold, bringing up 2nd down and 15 for Leboeuf.
Again, these are these situations that we talked about in the pregame. A team that does not pass very much or hasn't had to pass very much. And you look at 2nd and 3rd and long like this, these are passing situations.
2nd and 15, Endress rolling right. Endress throws it downfield, tipped, incomplete. Pereira got a hand on it. Lichtinger, the intended receiver, Zach Rogers also there in the coverage. And it is now 3rd and long, just the 21st pass attempt this year for Fort Leboeuf.
Yeah, what a great job by Rogers. He was right on time. That's exactly how you want to play it. That's textbook. And broke up that pass and kind of dislodged the receiver from the football. So now it's 3rd and long for Leboeuf against a Grove City defense that kind of has its ears pinned back now.
3rd and 15 for Leboeuf from its own 31. Receiver comes to the near side, wing to the right also. Split backs behind Endress. Endress rolling right to the wide side of the field. Endress throwing it downfield, incomplete. Through the hands of the tight end at Gentile. There's a flag on the near side at the 36-yard line. Gentile's pass the intended receiver, he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, pretty well defended out there by Trey Resner. So we'll see what we got here. It looks like the Leboeuf guys are retreating. Oh, no. Okay.
It is defensive holding against Grove City.
Okay.
Which would be a 10-yard penalty, and it would still be 3rd down, but now 3rd and 5. Gentile 1 catch this year. So holding against Grove City, 10 yards from the previous spot. And unlike at higher levels of football, the professional and collegiate ranks, it is not an automatic first down. But now 3rd down and 5, and one area for concern, Chris, the Grove City defense this year has allowed the opponents to convert 48% of its 3rd downs this year.
That's a heck of a statistic right there. And, again, you wonder how many of those were 3rd and short like this. So, again, a break for Fort Leboeuf, a mistake by the Grove City defense, and let's see what they do here on this 3rd and 5 play.
3rd and 5, second flag of the night against Grove City. Fort Leboeuf, 1 penalty. That came earlier on this drive. 3rd and 5, Endress will toss it to Rimpa, trying to get around the right side. He cuts upfield, runs right into the teeth of the defense, and he will be brought down by Zach Martin. Rimpa picks up about a full yard, but it is 4th and 4, and what will Leboeuf do? Here comes a new platoon of guys. Looks like it will be a punt, just the 7th punt of the season. And Chris, Bloos had a punt deflected at Girard a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so again, not something that they've done very often. Certainly they've practiced it, but, that's with their JVs rushing, not with the first-team Grove City defense rushing at them. So let's see what maybe plays out here.
Bloos to kick. Single man deep for Grove City. Now movement up front. And Grove City jumped into the neutral zone. There was motion as Gentile came from the left side of the near side, and one of the Grove City men jumped into the neutral zone. That's an automatic dead ball in high school football. It's 5 yards and a first down for Fort Leboeuf, a costly penalty.
Yeah, that was not by accident either. Leboeuf was, that was an attempt to draw Grove City off sides, and it obviously worked. So nice job by the Fort Leboeuf punt team, drawing Grove City off sides and earning themselves a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47 for Leboeuf. Endress has Rimpa and Lucian behind him. Turn, and they give us to Rimpa off the right side. He has running room and into Grove City territory. McCready brings him down, but not before he gets to the 44. Gain of 9 for Jack Rimpa.
Yeah, Rimpa, he's a guy, if he starts to get downhill, he goes off tackle and bounces outside. That we can really see that's what his strength is. He gets downhill, and then he's being tackled out there by 160-pound cornerbacks, and that is Leboeuf's offense sort of at its best right there.
Rimpa, we talked about his wrestling acumen, very good balance, hard to get him down.
Yeah, very quick, good lateral speed, and like you said, he's got that wrestler's ability to not go down.
2nd and 1 at the 44. Endress will hand it to Lichtinger on a counter on the right side. He has the first down inside the 40. Ball was knocked loose as it was jarred loose by Hayden McCready, but there to recover it is the tight end for Leboeuf. As Jenkins fell on it, McCready a big hit. It pops loose. Fort Leboeuf keeps possession and gets a new set of downs.
Yeah, McCready, he's laid some pops out there on people. All right, you're going to run at me. You might pick up some yards before you get to me, but I'm going to make you pay, and that's 2 in a row he's done that. That time almost giving his team a turnover.
Instead, it is 1st and 10 for Fort Leboeuf. It's the Bison's 4th first down of the night. Skinner wide left on the wide side of the field. Jenkins shifts to the left side also. Unbalanced line to the left. And a flag thrown before the snap as Fort Leboeuf had somebody going before the ball was snapped, and the Bison will be set back 5 yards for a false start.
Yeah, as soon as the second guy went in motion, you can't do that. Okay, so good job by the officials.
5-yard mark off, back to the 44 now for Fort Leboeuf. Grove City leads 6-0, 4 minutes to go first quarter. Curtis Hubbas, a 1-yard touchdown run to cap an 8-play, 64-yard drive for Grove City. That was after Leboeuf fumbled the ball at the Grove City 36. Fort Leboeuf, its second possession of the night. Blos, who's the backup quarterback, deploys wide left. Double wing set also. Rimpa is the single back. And the handoff comes to Lichtinger on a counter over the left side, and Grove City not fooled again. Hubbas and Martin leading the defensive charge. Pereira in there also. The Grove City defensive line allowed no room at all.
No, there was supposed to be kind of a misdirection play. There was no misdirection. Well read, well played by the Grove City defense.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 for Fort Leboeuf at the 44. We see Gentile check back in. You'd have to think he's probably more the receiving tight end at 6'3". Dom comes back in also. Dom will be at split end wide to the right. That's the near side. Gentile tight to the left. Split backfield behind Endress, who's 0 for 1 passing tonight. Endress back to pass, bootlegging right, looking, pumps, steps up. He is hit, and he'll be sacked for a loss as Gage Dlagonski comes through to drop him. The defensive tackle records his 2nd sack of the season.
Yeah, just no time at all for the quarterback Endress to set his feet and find people down the field. There was nobody down the field open anyway, so just about perfectly defended by the Grove City defense there.
Now 3rd and 19 for Fort Leboeuf. The ball is at the Grove City 48 on the near right hash mark. 6-0 Grove City with the lead. District 10 3A semifinals tonight. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, whether you're listening or watching on the YouTube feed. Hello to everybody from the Fort Leboeuf area who's tuned in tonight also. Hope you're enjoying this one. Lichtinger motions from right to left. Endress, deep drop, now rolling to his left. Under pressure, he'll be sacked again. A loss back to the 40, and there he is again. Gage Dlagonski unblocked. A big loss back to the 41. Back-to-back sacks for the big junior.
Yeah, I mean, for that play to work, there's got to be a receiver slipping out into the flat there to get the ball too quickly. There wasn't anybody there. There was no blue shirts there at all. And yeah, you might want to block the Dlagonski too. And just a great job by the Grove City defense and by specifically Gage DeGlonsky on the blitz, just taking the quarterback down.
4th and 30, blows to punt. He averages 40 yards per punt. Snap is good, and the kick is away. And he got a foot into that one, goes all the way back to the 10, to the 5, and it will roll into the end zone. A 59-yard punt, net of 39. And with 1:26 to go in the first quarter, Grove City will take over at its own 20 after the touchback.
Yeah, how about that? That was, again, you're thinking, oh, man, if he shanks this punter, if it isn't a great punter, they can get some kind of a return. They're going to really be able to get some great field position, but a great job by the Leboeuf punter. Blows. Grove City still 1st and 10 on their own 20, but it could have been a lot worse for Leboeuf.
Season-long 59-yard punt for Blows. Rogers Pereira wide right. Rogers wide left. Now he comes in motion, and he'll get the handoff on a jet sweep, trying to get around the right side. Rogers gets a couple of yards, and then Lichtinger gets a hold of him and drives him out of bounds. Zach Rogers on the run picks up, we'll give him about 3 on the play. One thing we noticed, these secondary men for Leboeuf, Lichtinger and Skinner at the corners, they really tackle well.
They do. They tackle well. Really fundamental, and they beat you to the edge.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Brees will give it to Hubbas. Hubbas pops through a little bit of a crease, gets to the 25. Rimpa wraps him up at the 27-yard line. Hubbas will net 4, and Grove City will have 3rd and short. Eagles have been pretty good on 3rd down throughout the season, converting at about 40%.
Wow, okay.
They're 0 for 1 tonight, but they're 1 for 1 on 4th down.
Right.
This is 3rd and a long 3 from just shy of the 27. Brees in the shotgun, brings Pereira in motion to slot left. And now Martin moves across the formation right to left. The give is to Hubbas. Hubbas trying to get away from Riazzi. He does, but he cannot get away from the rest of the defense. Max Endress, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss back inside the 25. And now Grove City will have to punt away the football, and Zach Martin to punt for the first time this year.
Yeah, that was a really well-read play there by Endress. Just bounced out and made sure he wrapped Hubbas up, not letting him get those extra couple of yards he usually gets when he gets downhill. So well defended by Leboeuf, and appears as if they're going to get the football back here on this punt.
Grove City does not have to run a play, and you wonder if the Eagles may take it to the quarter break. The wind that there is moving left to right out of the north. Grove City would be kicking into the wind, but Eagles will kick instead of against the wind. They'll have the wind at their back as the first quarter has come to an end. 6-0, Grove City has the lead. We'll come back with Grove City's punt and the second quarter after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Male Athlete of the Month. Congratulations to Sharon's Katie Kriesik and Farrell's Anthony Stallworth, as they are the October Reinhardt's Insurance Agency Athletes of the Month. Go to Reinhardts.com for more information.
Gilbert's honors Reynolds football as the Mercer County Gilbert's Team of the Month. Congratulations to Coach Josh Mull and his region champion Raiders, as they are the September Gilbert's Mercer County Team of the Month. For more information, go to gilbertsrisksolutions.com. Gilbert's Risk Solutions, service beyond insurance since 1854. The second quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, one of the area's most respected construction companies since 1958.
Zach Martin to punt, hits a low liner, hits at midfield, and will skip into Leboeuf territory. Picked up at the 40 by Rimpa. Rimpa along the near sideline in Grove City territory to the 40, to the 35. Rimpa to the 30, finally driven out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A nice run back for the dangerous return man, Jack Rimpa. A run back of close to 30 yards, actually 31 yards, and Fort Leboeuf will have excellent field position here in the opening moments of the second quarter, trailing 6-0.
Yeah, it was a perfect bounce for a return. I think Rimpa was more sort of in the mode as the ball was coming to him that, I'm going to let this thing bounce and let Grove City touch it, and we'll have pretty good field position. But the bounce was perfect, and then he started down the sideline and recognized a little crease in the middle, cut back, picked up an extra few yards.
31-yard return of the 36-yard kick. 1st and 10, Fort Leboeuf moving right to left Blue jerseys, white numbers and letters, silver pants, blue helmets. And the give is to Rimpa. Rimpa off the left side. He is hit and stacked up. He's able to spin forward to the 26-yard line. Nets 3 on that carry. As the Grove City defense converged on him, Resner and Pereira in there. As we also see 78, that's Jacob Blair, the defensive end on the near side. But Rimpa picks up 3.
Yeah. And that's what he can do. You know, you do everything right. You close up every hole, but yet he still picks up 3 yards, and that's what makes him kind of the special back that he is.
2nd and 7, Rimpa the single back. 2 receivers to the right, Lichtninger wing left. The give on a trap to Rimpa. Rimpa hit in the hole and driven backwards. Grove City not fooled by that at all. Zach Martin in there amongst others on the defensive line. Blair again. Rimpa, no gain on the play.
Yeah, that was Zach Martin. He had a little help from the cavalry, but Martin just completely threw off the block and met Rimpa head on about a yard behind the line of scrimmage and then drove him back. And we heard Tom Reisenweber on our pregame show talk about how those guys always seem to fall forward for Leboeuf. Not that time.
Leboeuf in the Delaware wing tee, the quarterback will do a reverse pivot and hand off on the trap play. But the way Leboeuf runs it, it's almost like on an option play where he opens up and gives it. And Grove City read that perfectly. 3rd and 7. Blos at quarterback, throws it downfield, tipped, incomplete, nearly intercepted off the hands of Endress, who's now at receiver. He and Blos have exchanged positions. Pass incomplete. McCready had to go off his shoulder pads after the initial deflection. It is 4th down.
Ooh, McCready's thinking that could have been a pick 6 right there. Yeah, he came right to him, and he might not have lumbered the whole 80 yards in, but he would have got a long way before any blue shirts would have caught him.
4th down and 7, and Fort Leboeuf will take a timeout. We'll take it as well. With 10 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the second quarter, Grove City leads 6-0. We'll come back with the 4th down play after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
For a student... Certified athletic trainers are on the sidelines, and specially trained PTs and OTs are here to meet your needs. Visit the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Centers with convenient locations in Hermitage, Mercer, and Hubbard, Ohio.
The second quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, one of the area's most respected construction companies since 1958.
Grove City with a 6-0 lead. Fort Leboeuf has 4th and 7 at the Grove City 26. This drive set up by Rimpa's 31-yard punt return, but now 4th down for the Bison. They, of course, are without standout halfback Tristan Harris, hurt on his first carry of the game. He remains on the near sideline with his leg elevated on the bench. 4th and 7. Blos brings Lichtninger in motion left to right to the wide side of the field. And a flag thrown by the head linesman on the far side. False start against Leboeuf. And the Bison are moved back 5 yards. It is now 4th and 12 at the 31.
Yeah, you could see sometimes with this motion that Leboeuf does, they just get guys moving almost too much. It's almost like they outsmart themselves with it, and an already tough 4th and 7 call becomes now a 4th and 12 call.
Endress will go wide to the right. Actually, he'll be slot right on the hash mark. Outside of him is sophomore Ray Wasiela. Lichtninger tight left. Rimpa the single back. Blos at quarterback. Lichtninger motions left to right. Blos rolling right, setting his feet, throwing the ball downfield. Tipped, intercepted, back inside the 5. Rogers has it. Zach Rogers upfield to the 20, to the 25, and he is knocked out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. Flag at the end of the play from the back judge, and it might be a peel-back block or an illegal block on Grove City. But Zach Rogers coming up with the interception, his 2nd pick of the season. And Grove City will have it deep in its own end, it would appear, after the penalty.
Yeah, it almost would have been better had he not, you hate to say it, but had he not intercepted the ball, they would have taken over at the line of scrimmage. But a great interception, and then, I think that's so hard to not take that opportunity to give somebody a shot on a peel-back block like that. And, again, like you said last week, that's a play that a couple of years ago you'd come off the field and everybody would give you a high five. Now it's a penalty.
Yeah, definitely a point of emphasis. The high hits, the blindside hits. We saw that last week at the Farrell Northwestern game, and it's one if the officials don't call that, they aren't getting any more playoff games. I mean, it's that simple. It's
It's a safety thing.
It is,
That's what
So the ball will be placed half the distance to the goal from the point of infraction, which was around the 15, and the ball will be put down just shy of the 8. But Grove City will have it. Second takeaway of the night by the Grove City defense. 10:09 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Leboeuf taking a shot deep to try to get into the end zone on 4th and long, and Grove City defense with a takeaway.
And Brees will give it to Hubbs. Hubbs up the middle of the 20. Curtis Hubbs, he's at the 40. Curtis Hubbs at midfield. 40 to the 30. Hubbs to the 20. Finally brought down at the 15-yard line by Skinner. A gain on the play of close to 80 yards. Hubbs will be marked down at the 14-yard line. It will be a 77-yard run, a season-long run for Curtis Hubbs.
Yeah, again, just following the right side of the Grove City offensive line, and he got out there. There wasn't any linebackers there, and then it became a foot race, and he picked up another 60 yards or so before they caught him.
Brees option pitch to Nemec on the left side. Nemec to the 10 outside the numbers. Nemec to the 5. Nemec to the pylon. He dives, and he's in. Touchdown, Anthony Nemec on a 15-yard run. Grove City quickly scoring after the takeaway. The drive taking a total of 28 seconds, and Grove City doubles the lead.
Yeah, great little play call there on that the option pitch, and great read there by Logan Brees, and Grove City in the end zone again. Great, just kind of a great turn of events. You're right, Briggsy. 2 takeaways, 2 scores now for the Grove City offense. So making them pay, making the Bison pay for their mistakes.
2 turnovers have been turned into 2 touchdowns by Grove City. Play clock is down to 15 seconds. They have the electronic play clocks here at each end, which you don't see very often in District 10, but when they built this or rebuilt this, they did it right. Grove City will go for 2. Brees out of the shotgun, throws it into the end zone, and it is incomplete as Skinner put a pop on Zach Rogers to dislodge the ball. So it remains 12-0. Grove City with the lead. Fort Leboeuf will get the kickoff when we come back. Grove City leading 12-0 with 9:41 to go first half. We'll come back with the kickoff on Sports Radio 96.7.
Do you have
Mercer County Career Center? Great careers start here.
My success starts at the center.
My future's looking good.
Mercer County Career Center is all about the future, my future.
Talk to your guidance counselor today.
Reinhardt's Insurance Agency is proud to honor the Mercer County Male and Female Athletes of the Month. Reinhardt's honors Sharon soccer standout Katie Kriesick as the October Female Athlete of the Month. Reinhardt's Insurance also honors Farrell football star Anthony Stallworth as the October Male Athlete of the Month. Congratulations to Sharon's Katie Kriesick and Farrell's Anthony Stallworth as they are the October Reinhardt's Insurance Agency Athletes of the Month. Go to reinhardts.com for more information.
The second quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, one of the area's most respected construction companies since 1958.
Grove City now with a 12-0 lead. Anthony Nemec's 15-yard touchdown run on an option pitch. The 2-point conversion fails, but it's 12-0 Grove City, 9:41 to go in the first half, along with Chris Birch, Ryan Briggs here in Waterford. And Hayden McCready to kick off for Grove City. He has the ball teed up at the 40. Kick angled to the near side. It will hit at the 22 and bounce downfield to the 15 of Leboeuf. And the return man will bring the ball across the 30 out to the 34-yard line. And on the run back is Jack Rimpa. The always dangerous Rimpa returned to kickoff for a touchdown to open the second half in the regular season finale against Girard. Had a big punt return earlier. Yeah. Anytime Rimpa has the football, look out.
Yeah, I mean, we saw we had a great punt return last time, too, in this game. So, yeah, he's no question about it. just a smart, tough, downhill runner, certainly even on these kickoff and punt returns.
1st and 10 for Fort Leboeuf from its own 34-yard line. Split backs behind Blos, who's at quarterback, wing to the left. That's Lichtinger. He motions from left to right. And the give is to Rimpa on a lead play. Trying to get outside. He cannot get outside as the Grove City defense, Anthony Nemec, the outside linebacker, hauls down Rimpa for no gain.
Yeah, he got a handful of his shirt and just is able to drag him down and not let him do much damage. Matter of fact, none at all.
Rimpa, 7 carries, 35 yards tonight. He'll be the feature back with Tristan Harris seemingly out for the rest of the night. Injured on his first carry of the game and a huge loss for the Leboeuf offense. Leading rusher, 813 yards on the season, averaging over 17 yards a carry this year. Leboeuf has it 2nd and 10, moving right to left at the 34. Double wing set. Rimpa comes in motion, and it's a double handoff. The scissors play, and Grove City not fooled as Lichtinger hauled down by Pereira in the backfield. Also in there for the Eagles is going to be Nate Wadsworth. It's a short loss on the play, bringing up 3rd and close to 11.
Yeah, Grove City not allowing themselves to be blocked. That's the blocking isn't good enough on neither one of those scissors plays so far. But credit the Grove City defensive line. They're just not letting themselves be blocked.
3rd and 11, back point of the ball, touching the 33. Lucian and Rimpa behind Blos in the backfield. Back to pass, Blos rolling right on a half roll. He's in trouble, gets away from one man. Now Blos trying to come out the left side. Has some running room. Blos to the 40, runs over a man. McCready will bring him down out at the 46, but Alex Blos, a nice scamper, picks up 13 yards and a much-needed 3rd down conversion for Fort Leboeuf.
Yeah, he just realized nobody was going to be open down the field. He got out of the pocket and realized, okay, there's nothing to do here but run, and just a good determined run there by Alex Blos to pick up a much-needed 1st down for Fort Leboeuf.
Blos on the season averaging about 8 yards a carry, 7 attempts for 58 yards coming in, a big 13-yard scramble there. 1st and 10 at the Leboeuf 46. Handoff to Rimpa on a lead play, and he is drilled. Zach Martin comes through untouched again. 2-yard loss. Zach Martin all over the place defensively.
He is unbelievable. He's almost unblockable. And so if you're going to run something at him, that's what's going to happen. He's done that now a couple of times. And again, he's that guy. He's the guy for them on defense, and showing it there again.
12-0 Grove City leading with 7:10 to go. Clock rolling here in the 2nd quarter. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you. Special hello to everybody watching via the Grove City Boosters YouTube feed tonight. Hope you're enjoying the pictures and the sound. 2nd and 12 for Leboeuf. Split backs. Blos bobbles the snap. Pitch out to Rimpa off the right side. Rimpa dodges a man, gets to midfield, and falls forward into Grove City territory. Rimpa picks up 7 on a play that was a little bit shaky getting going.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was going to be much. He got one pretty good block down the field and then was able to sort of use that to cut back into the middle and turn that into a very positive gain for the Bison.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have a first-half recap, scoring and stats, and Chris will have the lock, stock, and barrel halftime update, District 10 playoffs in full swing. We'll have some regular season games also. We'll get you updated on all that at the break. Leboeuf 3rd and 5, just past midfield. And the toss comes to Rimpa, trying to get around the left side. Rimpa outside the numbers. Flag thrown by the line judge on the near side. Rimpa has enough for the 1st down as McCready brings him down, but the flag right where Rimpa turned the corner.
Yeah, what a great little spin move there by Rimpa. He got hit and then kind of bounced and spun and was able to pick up a few yards. But, yeah, it looks like just like, the one other time here for Fort Leboeuf, they're going to get the tight end holding on the edge there as Rimpa went to turn the corner.
It is 10 yards from the spot, which was right near the line of scrimmage, and Fort Leboeuf will have 3rd down and long. It would have been a 1st down, but instead the Bison are sent back to their own 41-yard line after the holding penalty. 4th flag of the night against Fort Leboeuf for 30 yards.
Yeah, they've really shot themselves in the foot with that because they've moved the football. They've done some good things offensively, but the 2 turnovers obviously have told a large part of the story, but also these penalties at crucial moments have really prevented this team from getting anything done offensively on the scoreboard.
3rd and 15 from the Fort Leboeuf 41. Split backs behind Blos. Blos will bootleg to the right. under pressure. Now he steps up. Blos back to his left, looking to run. Blos in trouble, throws it downfield, and it is incomplete as a couple of Grove City guys were in the neighborhood defensively trying to get it out to Rimpa, I think. Rimpa and the tight end, that's Gentile, also drifted over there. And Blos, he threw that one up for grabs.
Yeah, he was lucky. He was very fortunate because there were two Grove City guys moving with a full head of steam the right direction, and had one of them come up with that catch, it probably would have been another 6 points for the Eagles.
Instead, it's 4th down, and it will be Blos to punt. His first punt was a 59-yarder. Gentile will snap, and Zach Rogers deep for Grove City near his own 20. Blos gets the snap, gets the kick away, high side spinner. It will hit at the 30 and take a big bounce upfield for Fort Leboeuf to the 20, or downfield, I should say, down to the 17-yard line of Grove City. 42-yard punt, no return. 5:48 to go in quarter number 2. Grove City with a 12-0 lead and the ball deep in its own end.
Yeah, again, another impressive punt there by Blos, kind of getting his team out of some trouble. But this Grove City offense, slowly but surely really getting cranking. This up-tempo offense that they play, Fort Leboeuf has not been able to answer it, at least not on a consistent basis.
Eagles have it 1st and 10 at the 17. Brees in the shotgun. Hubbas off his left hip, and Martin up back. And the handoff is to Curtis Hubbas. Hubbas up the middle to the 25. Hubbas breaking tackles, hauled down by Lichtinger near the 35. Pickup of 17 yards for Curtis Hubbas, who already is approaching 150 yards tonight.
How about that? Yeah, again, it's kind of almost been the same play over and over again off right tackle.
Fort Leboeuf sending a couple of substitutes in. They had guys sprinting to get off before Grove City snapped it.
Yeah, they almost got that penalty would have been for 13 men on the line of scrimmage.
And now we have a timeout. Fort Leboeuf does not have the proper personnel on the field. So the Bison will take their second timeout of the first half. 5:29 to go. Grove City leading in the second quarter, 12-0. You're listening to the District 10 playoffs on Sports Radio 96.7.
Of the month. Congratulations to Coach Josh Mull and his region champion Raiders, as they are the September Gilbert's Mercer County Team of the Month. For more information, go to gilbertsrisksolutions.com. Gilbert's Risk Solutions, service beyond insurance since 1854. The second quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, one of the area's most respected construction companies since 1958.
Welcome back to Fort Leboeuf High School, Carmenito Field, Grove City. 1st down and 10 at its own 34. Eagles have all 3 timeouts left, and Brees will give it to Hubbas. Hubbas spins in the hole, and he'll get to the 37, pickup of 3 on the play before being brought down by Gentile, the defensive end on that side. 2nd down and 7 for Grove City. Call it 2nd and 6, perhaps a bit of a favorable spot. Ball put down at the 38. Eagles on the move. Brees will give it to Hubbas. Hubbas across the 40 to the 45, and he'll have the 1st down. Blos brings him down, but a pickup of 7 more for Curtis Hubbas.
Yeah, Hubbas, again, just been really, really tough to bring down for this Fort Leboeuf team. He just has continued to get downhill and make it tough for this defense.
Eagles quickly back to the line, and the give is to Hubbas again. Hubbas crashes into the middle of the field, or into the middle of the pile. He'll get to the 49-yard line, pickup of 4, and it will be 2nd down and 6. Grove City, you cannot look down with this Eagle offense out there.
No, and that has really affected Fort Leboeuf. There's no doubt about it. They got guys running on and off the field. They've been out of sorts a lot because of it.
Brees back to pass, pumps again, throwing the ball downfield, looking for McCready, who goes up and makes the catch at the 25-yard line. He blocks out Skinner. Hayden McCready, his first grab of the night, and this one will net 25 yards.
Yeah, again, I thought for a minute after the pass was thrown that the Leboeuf cornerback had the better angle for the football, but McCready doing a great job coming back, boxing him out, and able to make the catch.
Gain of 23 as progress marked at the 28. Option pitch to Nemec on the left side. Nemec trying to get away from Rimpa. He cannot. Nemec will be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12 for the Eagles as we're under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, that's the play they ran for the second touchdown with Nemec, but that time obviously a lot better diagnosed by the Fort Leboeuf defense.
2nd and 12 at the 30. 4 receivers set now as Martin lines up slot right. Brees swings it left flat. It's caught by Nemec. Nemec looking for a block. He gets it, and then he will get upfield across the 25 to the 23. Lichtinger will bring him down outside the numbers on the far side, and Grove City will have 3rd down, and let's see, they'll put it down on the 23, 3rd and 5. The Eagles quickly back to the line of scrimmage. High snap to Brees, give to Nemec. Nemec winds his way upfield, crashing forward. He'll have the 1st down, finally driven back by Blos, but not before Nemec converts on 3rd and 5, as he will pick up 6 on the play, and the Eagles have returned to the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville. Eagles on the move, 1st and 10 at the 17. Brees in the gun. This time the give is to Huvis. Huvis picks his way through a hole, down close to the 10-yard line. Blos and Rimpa in on the stop for Curtis Huvis, but Eagles have the ball down to the 12, a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, again, it's Huvis has that way of just getting into the line of scrimmage and just knocking the whole pile back.
Give to Huvis, cuts back to his right. Huvis to the 5, stumbling forward. He'll be marked down at about the 4-yard line. Huvis 8 more. So he's now over 160 yards on the night. 1st and goal at the 4.
Yeah, Grove City dominating the line of scrimmage with their offensive line, too.
High snap to Brees. The give is to Huvis over the left side, and he'll get a yard before running into the teeth of the defense. Endress in there, among others, for Fort Leboeuf. Certainly a big defensive series here for Leboeuf, trying to keep Grove City out of the end zone.
Yeah, 3-touchdown lead. That's a whole different...
2nd and goal, pass on to the far side. Caught, touchdown, Grove City, as making the grab on the far side for the Eagles is Anthony Pereira. Pereira got to the pylon, made the catch, touchdown, Grove City.
Yeah, he just ran that little out route. Nice ball thrown by Brees, and Pereira kind of using the sideline and his back to keep the defense away from it. Hauls it in, and Grove City now up 18-0. Looks like they're going to go for 2 again.
Eagles will go for 2, leading 18-0. That drive, 12 plays, 83 yards. And it's a reverse coming back around for Pereira, and Pereira dumped well behind the line of scrimmage, so the conversion fails. But Grove City extends the lead to 18-0. A 12-play, 83-yard drive that uses 3:34. 2:14 to go first half. We'll come back with a kickoff after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Up to certain limits, traditional IRAs allow individuals to make advisor. Cash Dollar and Associates LLC is not a subsidiary nor controlled by Cetera Advisor Networks.
The second quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, one of the area's most respected construction companies.
Hayden McCready to kick off for Grove City. Eagles lead 18-0. McCready's kick downfield, fielded on the left hash mark at the 16-yard line by Lichtinger. Lichtinger up the middle of the field to the 35, and he'll be brought down at the 37-yard line by the Grove City kick unit as Hunter Homan downfield for the Eagles will tackle him. But Lichtinger, a healthy run back to the 37. Leboeuf will have it there. 2:06 to go in the half. Fort Leboeuf, 1 timeout remaining. Plenty of time for the Bison, who certainly need to get something on the board before halftime.
Yeah, they really do. Again, they've moved the ball some tonight, but Just two turnovers and several key penalties have kept Leboeuf from really seriously threatening to score.
1st and 10 for Leboeuf from the near left hash mark. Endress back at quarterback. He has 3 receivers to the left. And we have a stoppage. The chain gang was not properly aligned on the far side.
Okay.
Tight end is Jenkins to the right. Now he will trade it to the near side. Unbalanced line to the left along with the 3 receivers all on the short side. Toss will come to Rimpa. Rimpa upfield. Rimpa a little bit of room across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Tackled by Tommy Rogers out there, but Rimpa a gain of 4. Wonder if Leboeuf may come back to that play to the wide side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sometimes it's strange to think, why do teams run to the short side of the field? And it's typically to set up something to the wide side.
2nd and 6 for the Bison at the 41. Approaching midfield. 2 backs behind Endress. Endress rolling right, under pressure from Hovis. Endress will be hauled down for a loss, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. And we're wondering if perhaps will be a late hit. As Endress was hauled down by Hovis, but the flag came in from the referee behind the play. As it stands, it's a loss of 9, but personal foul against the Eagles, so it will remain, it may be enough for the first down. And the penalty will be stepped off from the end of the play. And again, the point of emphasis, the personal foul, couldn't see who it was for Grove City coming in, trying to finish off the play.
Right.
And while there are not as many protections for quarterbacks in high school football as there are at the collegiate and professional ranks, they're still going to err on the side of throwing the flag.
Yeah, right. If they see the quarterback down on the field, typically if you kind of jump on their back or kind of lead with your shoulder pad into their back, after they're clearly down or have conceded that they're going to go down, they're going to throw that flag.
It is enough for a first down to the 47 for Fort Leboeuf. 1st down and 10 from the far right hash. Endress rolling left. Endress under pressure. He'll be sacked again. Curtis Hovis says the first one kind of counted. This one definitely counts. It's a loss of 10.
Yeah, they're trying to roll him left and flood the left side of the field, but they just cannot keep the Grove City rush from getting to Max Endress almost every time they've tried that. We talked about it in the pregame. Fort Leboeuf has not had to throw the football this year, and that has been an issue because they've been in several passing situations here tonight, and Grove City has just blown it up.
2nd and 19, now back at the 38. Down to 45 seconds to go in the first half. Endress will have split backs behind him. Lichtinger is a wing to the right. The turn that gives to Rimpa. Rimpa over the right side, brought down for a loss in the backfield. Zach Martin will drop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard. 3rd and 20, and will Grove City think about taking a timeout?
Yeah, I think they should. They got all the momentum, and Zach Martin again. He believe me, they're trying to block him. They know who number 4 is. They're trying to block him, but they just can't. And he's going in there and blowing up the plays. And another great job. Let's see what Grove City does here with their clock management.
Eagles look content to go to the locker room. Fort Leboeuf does not have to run a play, and the Bison will not run a play. We've reached the end of the first half here in Waterford. The Grove City Eagles on the road in this District 10 3A semifinal have the lead at halftime. It is 18-0. Chris and I will come back with a first half recap, scoring, stats, and the lock, stock, and barrel halftime update. The halftime show is next as Grove City leads 18-0 on Sports Radio 96.7.
Mercer County Career Center. Great careers start here.
My success starts at the center.
My future's looking good.
Mercer County Career Center is all about the future, my future.
Talk to your guidance counselor today.
Touchdown. I mean, the video, it's Hovis.
It's Hovis.
Yeah.
She thought I meant the second touchdown. I guarantee.
Okay. To read these labels that say things like benzylconium chloride or a diphosphate something or other. What does that do?
You guys at Curtis Corner.
exhausting the contribution limits
Nemec
of your
has White Sox.
401k,
Curtis has
IRA,
black. And
or
that's
other
the
qualified retirement plan. In the end, variable annuities are really a value judgment. Call Dave Cash Dollar or Tim Cash Dollar to evaluate whether a variable annuity is right for you at 724-458-5233 or stop.
that used 230. That was set up after Fort Leboeuf fumbled at the Grove City 36. Gage Dugonski recovered the fumble. Grove City went downfield, had 4th and long. Zach Martin with a big catch, put the ball inside the 1 yard line. Huvas slammed in on the next play. Extra point blocked, and it was 6-0 Grove City. The Eagles then extended the lead to 12-0 at the 9:41 mark of the second quarter. Again, Leboeuf drove inside the McCandless Ford red zone, but a pass downfield was tipped and intercepted by Grove City safety Zach Rogers. A penalty on the run back put the ball at the 8, but that was no problem for Grove City. The first play, Huvas went 77 yards down to the 15, and on the next play, Anthony Nemec, a 15-yard run on an option pitch to make it 12-0. The 2-point pass was no good. It was 12-0 Grove City. And then with 2:14 to go in the half, Grove City, a 12-play, 83-yard drive that used 334. Anthony Pereira catching a 3-yard touchdown pass from Logan Brees. The 2-point play was a reverse to Pereira. It did not work, and thus Grove City has an 18-0 lead at the break. We'll come back with the team and individual numbers, and Chris will have the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update as halftime continues from Fort Leboeuf on Sports Radio 96.7.
Great work, Smith. In appreciation of your hard work, please accept this plaque of recognition.
Awards.
And here's to the...
We'll do a complete exam to determine the extent of your neuropathy. And remember, if you're over 85% damage, there's likely nothing that we can do. If you have less than 85% damage, likely we can help. We employed proven methods to help you feel better and get back to doing the things you love to do. All this for just $47 in an environment where you can be sure we're following all the protocols to keep you safe and secure. Visit us today at drjasontripp.com, or to schedule your appointment, call 724-342-BACK. That's 724-342-2225. Or visit drjasontripp.com. This office does not diagnose, treat, or cure disease. This information is designed to help you live better.
So, I'm in a grocery store, perusing the pharmaceutical aisle, doing the best I can without my bifocals to read these labels that say things like benzylconium chloride or a diphosphate something or other. What does that do exactly?
Halftime show is being brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, a full-service deli and PA lottery location in Sharpsville, and proud sponsors of the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game.
And we're back here at Fort Leboeuf in Waterford, Pennsylvania, Central Erie County, Carbenito Field, halftime of this District 10 3A semifinal. And the visiting Grove City Eagles have the lead 18-0 at halftime. Along with Chris Birch, I am Ryan Briggs. We are in our halftime show. We gave you the scoring summary moments ago. We now turn our attention to the team stats. And for Grove City, 248 yards of offense in the first half, 192 rushing yards, 56 passing yards, 248 yards on 25 plays, an average of 10 yards per play. Grove City, 10 first downs. For Fort Leboeuf, the Bison, 34 yards all on the ground, 6 first downs. Fort Leboeuf, 34 yards on 28 offensive plays. Individual numbers for Grove City. Quarterback Logan Brees, his first game back after knee surgery a few weeks ago, and he's not missed a beat. 5 of 5, 56 yards and a touchdown. Anthony Pereira, 2 catches for 5 yards and a touchdown. Hayden McCready, a 23-yard catch. Zach Martin, a 21-yard catch, and Anthony Nemec, a 7-yard reception. On the ground, Curtis Hubbas, 15 carries, 169 yards and a touchdown. Nemec, 4 carries for 20 yards and a score. And Zach Rogers ran it once It went for 3 yards. For Fort Leboeuf, quarterback Alex Blos, 0 of 3 passing with 1 interception. That interception by Rogers. And Max Endress is 0 for 1 passing. On the ground, Jack Rimpa leading the way, 11 carries, 43 yards. Blos, 1 carry, 13 yards. Justin Lucian, a carry for 4 yards. Tristan Harris, who is the leading rusher on the season for Fort Leboeuf coming in, 813 yards, 15 touchdowns, averaging well over 17 yards per carry. He ran it once and suffered what appeared to be a significant ankle injury. He did not return after that. Obviously a big loss for Leboeuf. Chris will touch on that in a moment. Adam Lichtinger, 5 carries for 1 yard, and then Endress, he's minus 31 thanks to 4 Grove City sacks in the first half. 5 carries, minus 31 yards. 2 sacks for Gage Dolgonski, who also has a fumble recovery. Curtis Hovis with 2 sacks as well. Other numbers of note, Grove City 5 penalties for 42 yards. Fort Leboeuf 4 for 30. Grove City 1 of 3 on third down. Leboeuf is 2 for 6. Fort Leboeuf does have the edge in time of possession, 15:48 to 8:12. Grove City leading 18-0. It is now time for the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, located in the Sharpsville Plaza in Sharpsville, open from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. They have a full menu available, just about any sandwich you can think of. You can get breakfast there. They have a full deli, all that and much, much more. That's the Lock, Stock, and Barrel, located in Sharpsville. And Chris, you have some scores for us, both playoffs and regular season games.
Yeah, I do, Ryan. Great first half recap by you. The game over on 790 WPIC, the other 3A semifinal. The winner of this game will play the winner of that game. The Hickory Hornets continue to do what they've done all season. They are up 23-0 about midway through the second quarter on Slippery Rock. In the 1A semifinal, a game that you and I, when we were driving up, thought that game might have a little more intrigue than we thought, than some people think. But the Reynolds Raiders not allowing much intrigue at all. They are up 20-0 on Cambridge Springs. West Middlesex had to take the long trek to
Russell, Pennsylvania.
Russell, Pennsylvania, up in Warren County, and they're in a tussle in Russell. It is 7-7 there, Middlesex and Eisenhower. Sharpsville and Greenville, they liked playing each other so much that they're playing for a third time. Sharpsville up 14-0 on Greenville. Mercer playing Cochranton. The Mustangs are up 6-0. The 6A games, Erie McDowell is up 14-6 on Cathedral Prep, and that Erie Butler game, some more COVID issues for those teams. They've all kind of had some. That game is not being played tonight. Northeast and Fairview. Northeast is up 14-6 on Fairview. Sagertown continuing their bounce-back season. They're up 21-0 on Seneca.
If I might editorialize for just a minute, if there's a District 10 Coach of the Year award, I think it has to go to Sagertown's Jim Wolfgang. They entered the season 38-game losing streak on their way to going to 5-3.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. And again, you could say schedule. So no, it doesn't matter. They've played the same teams that they've always played, and they've managed to win 5 games after losing basically 4 years in a row.
What validates what they've done, they went to Maplewood and beat Maplewood. Maplewood played Northwestern very tough twice, lost by a point, lost in overtime to Northwestern, who we saw last week.
So it was a good team. Yeah,
yes,
no, that's all you need to know. That's great stuff. Maplewood and Union City, they are
on cue. Maplewood.
Yeah, that's right. Maplewood, Union City playing. It's 0-0 at halftime there, and then 2 other games being played tonight that are somewhat significant as we look down the road into the state playoffs. Karn City Brookville in the District 9 2A title game. Our 2A champ will play them. The winner of this game. Brookville is up 14-7 on Karn City. And then the Clearfield, the District 5, District 9 3A championship game. Again, our 3A team may see one of these teams. Bedford is up 12-7 on Clearfield.
That game is the Bedford Bisons against the Clearfield Bison. We're here tonight at the Fort Leboeuf Bison home field.
All right. So, and then tomorrow, two great games. Obviously a game that we're going to cover here on both stations, 790 and 96.7. Farrell is at Wilmington in the 2A title game. And then a really good 4A championship game. No local teams involved, but still a lot of interest with football fans around here. Harbor Creek is going to travel to Oil City as the Oilers, so long a kind of a 5-5-ish type of a program. they're going for their third straight District 10 title. So we love Coach Dan York, the ex-Lakeview coach that's now gone to OC, and good luck to the Oilers.
And that's the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel in Sharpsville. Again, Farrell Wilmington, 7 o'clock kick tomorrow night, 6:30 airtime on 790 WPIC and here on Sports Radio 96.7. We are going to take a break. We'll come back with the third quarter after this. It will be a 1-minute break. Then we'll have the third quarter when we come back. Grove City leading Fort Leboeuf 18-0 on Sports Radio 96.7.
Of the month. Congratulations to Sharon's Katie Kriesick and Farrell's Anthony Stallworth, as they are the October Reinhardt's Insurance Agency Athletes of the Month. Go to Reinhardts.com for more information.
I'm stylish.
I'm classic.
I'm extremely sarcastic.
I'm in love with this band.
I'm the #1 fan.
I'm a musical genius.
Let your t-shirt do the talking. We've got just the message you're looking for.
Everything okay?
Need a customized t-shirt? Then stop at 2J's and a B Custom Screen Printing in Hermitage. From your favorite prints to customized t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Shop 2J's
Oh,
and a
okay.
B
She
Custom
sends you the
Screen
text and
Printing
say, "Call
with
me."
Big City design right here at home.
The code word or
2J's
something.
and a
Yep.
B Custom Screen Printing on East State Street in Hermitage.
The third quarter is brought to you by Medicine Shop Pharmacy. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, caring beyond prescription.
Third quarter will be getting underway momentarily. Grove City will have the option to receive to start the second half, and they presumably will. Eagles on the road, white jerseys, old gold numbers and letters outlined in black, black pants, black trim, black helmets. And for Fort Leboeuf, the blue jerseys, white numbers and letters, silver pants, and blue helmets, a shade of blue, much like the interstate highway signs we saw coming up on Interstate 79. I want to send a quick hello to a distinguished Grove City High alum, class of 2003, Brian Sansom. He's listening or watching tonight, and he reminded me of another team with the nickname Bison, Bethany College. He, of course, is the women's basketball coach at Bethany, or is it their seal says Collegium Bethaniensis. A little Latin for you, Chris.
Nice.
But he and his team are hoping to get going in the President's Athletic Conference come January, so always good to hear from Coach Sansom. Checking in, he still bleeds that black and gold and white of Grove City High.
Yeah.
And
he's a guy I love being around. You know, as coaches, sometimes we get wrapped up in small details. We lose our positivity. 5 minutes with Coach Sansom, and all your positivity comes back. He just exudes that, and love watching what he's doing there, and happy for him that he's had so much success as a coach. He's a good one.
Don't forget, after the game, we'll have the O'Neill Coffee Player of the Game, brought to you by O'Neill Coffee in West Middlesex, and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel in Sharpsville. Chris has a thermos full of O'Neill Coffee tonight,
That's
but
right.
here's this beautiful press box here at Carmenito Field. They have the electric baseboard heat on here. You could have maybe brought an iced coffee from O'Neill Coffee.
Right? Yeah, I know. It's great. Yeah, we've got it down just to our Sports Radio 96.7 shirts, and we're watching kind of through the window here that looks like a high-def TV. This is you said it. If somebody wants to know about a blueprint for making a new press box, ask the folks at Fort Leboeuf.
Fort Leboeuf will kick off to begin the second half. Leboeuf will go left to right. The ball's teed up on the near right hash, and Alex Blos has it on the 40-yard line. 4 men to his right, 6 to the left. 2 men deep for Grove City back near the 15-yard line. And it's a pooch to the near side, and Hayden McCready will call for the fair catch. He'll make the catch near the 35-yard line. That's where Grove City will begin this drive. McCready, the heads-up play. He's a sophomore, but he does not play like a sophomore.
No, he's very right. I was just thinking that he does things like that all the time. Time savers. That time he could have, my turn to return the ball, and you risk a turnover. No, you get the football back in your offense's hands, make something happen. They've been terrific all night, so a great job by McCready.
Clock says 11:41. I don't think that kickoff took 19 seconds. But in any case, that's what the scoreboard says. Pereira motions from slot left, and Brees will give it to him on a jet sweep, trying to get around the right side, but he is pancaked. Ball comes out at the end of the play. The officials rule that Pereira was down, but he was drilled out there on the far side as Lichtinger came up and dropped him.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, again, Grove City may have gotten a little bit of a break there, as I think of the hit jarred it loose.
2nd and 10, no gain on the play. And no doubt expect this Leboeuf team to come out with a lot of fist and fire here in the third quarter.
Yeah. Again, they're still kind of reeling from the loss of Tristan Harris, the multi-talented running back. But, they're going to kind of have their feet under them, I'm sure.
Eagles have Martin as a wing to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Now Martin will motion to the left. Option play. Now Brees pulls up. He's going to throw the ball downfield for Rogers, and it is incomplete as Skinner actually had the better crack at that when Rogers knocked it away. It will be 3rd down, and that pass held up in the wind a little bit.
Yeah, it sure did. Rogers did a very good job of preventing the interception there. As Skinner had the angle. Skinner had the box out position, and
So 3rd and 10 for Grove City from the 33-yard line. Martin motions from right to left across the formation. Brees, a deep drop. Throws it underneath. Caught by Martin, and Martin will be tackled in the open, then pushed to the far sideline. Brought down by Blos, and also in on the tackle is Hayden Ford, the inside linebacker, and Grove City will have to punt it away for the 2nd time tonight. Martin will punt into the wind.
Yeah. And when you watch the Fort Leboeuf defense sort of respond that way, you wonder about some of the earlier breakdowns. But, that time Fort Leboeuf showing you why they've only, given up an average of about 4.5 points per game.
4th down and 7 from the 36. Matt Howard is the snapper. Martin to kick. Rimpa deep. Back at his 30. Snap waist high, drop by Martin. No rush. The kick is away, end over end. Short kick. It will land along the far sideline, go out of bounds. Flag thrown by the line judge on the near side. You wonder if Grove City did not have the requisite number of guys on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. When and where the flag was thrown, there's not too many other things that could be called, right? So that is.
Punt went out of bounds at the Fort Leboeuf 45.
They may take it right where it was, right? Yeah.
And penalty is declined, and Fort Leboeuf will take it at the 45-yard line. A punt of 19 yards. An excellent field position tonight for the Bison to start their first drive of the 3rd quarter. 18-0 Grove City leads, 9:56 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Grove City just a perfectly scripted first half, really. Forced a couple of turnovers, scored off of those turnovers. The offense did a great job. The defense kept the heat on this Fort Leboeuf offense. So let's see what this second half holds.
It is Endress at quarterback. He'll turn and give it to Rimpa over the right side, and Rimpa is able to fight forward close to the midfield. They'll get him 4 before being brought down by the Grove City defense. Rimpa, he's been the feature ball carrier with Harris sidelined. That early ankle injury.
Both backs are averaging about 10 carries per game, and all of a sudden Rimpa now doing double that work. And here it is, you're down 18-0, and your passing game has not been able to get you anything.
You have to wonder, do you have enough time for 3 touchdown drives?
Right, no question.
Leboeuf certainly would need a quick score, but Leboeuf capable of a quick score. Endress will keep it on a design quarterback run. The Grove City defense not fooled, and
throwing the ball downfield for Rogers, incomplete. Skinner's back in coverage. And interesting to see who they will call for that one. Pass was well underthrown.
I don't like the call on either player.
Direction that goes. That's a no call.
And we'll see who it is on. And it's going to be defensive pass interference on Leboeuf. The sideline is not happy. Jeff Nichols, the head coach, he has every bit to be every right to be upset.
Yeah, that was, again, obviously we're calling the game for Grove City. We want Grove City to win this game 50-0. But
well, we don't want 50. We want people to listen to it.
Right. That's a bad call. Yeah.
So the ball goes to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. That penalty moves the ball out, and 1st and 10. Brees back to pass into the right flat. It is caught by Zach Martin. Martin upfield across the 35 to the 38-yard line. His 3rd grab of the night. Bringing up 2nd down and 5. Do we have our audio back on the video, Jared? Not sure. In any case, we have our audio back on the radio, or we never lost it, fortunately.
Yep.
2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line for Grove City, moving right to left on the far right hash mark. 18-0 Eagles lead with 6:48 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the give will go to Hubbas. And he will get maybe a yard at most. So he ran right into Big McLaughlin inside, the defensive tackle. 3rd down and 4 coming up.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4. Maybe look for something here with some kind of a pop pass over the middle to Martin. Something like that. It seems like every time they've needed a play such as this, they've gone to Martin.
Eagles are 1 of 4 on 3rd down tonight. Moving right to left, Brees back to pass, play action, under pressure, looking, rolling right, off balance, throws it downfield along the far sideline. It is caught for the 1st down. As making the grab over there, that's Zach Martin coming up with another big catch.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, he's he's going to be there. He's going to be open. Well done by Brees. Nice catch by Martin. Nice 1st down picked up by the Grove City Eagle offense.
1st and 10 now at the 46-yard line. Eagles get their 12th 1st down of the night. Brees now 8 of 9. Give to Hubbas. Winds his way over the right side across midfield. Hubbas will be driven out of bounds at the Fort Leboeuf 46-yard line. Lichtinger up on the tackle, but Curtis Hubbas, his season high was 181 yards against Slippery Rock, and he has now matched that and perhaps even surpassed it. He's matched that after that 7-yard gain.
Wow. Yeah, he is. He's just kind of he gets into these holes that are being opened up by the Grove City offensive line, picks up big chunks of yards, and has literally controlled the tempo of this football game himself.
2nd and 3 at the 47. The give is to Hubbas again. Hubbas across the 45, falls forward to the 43. McLaughlin got a hold of him, but 4 yards for Hubbas, and Grove City will move the sticks again.
And at this point now, 5:11 to go in this 3rd quarter, up 18-0. Grove City is, of course, loving these long drives where they're picking up 1st downs and keeping the clock moving.
Grove City slowing down the tempo a little bit. When you're up 18-0 in the 3rd quarter, you milk some clock.
Yeah.
Martin motions from right to left. Handoff is to Hubbas, trying to get around the left side. Getting upfield, here comes a flag for a block in the back. Hubbas brought down at the 35-yard line as he is hauled down on the near side by Aiden Alisic, freshman linebacker for Leboeuf. Gain of 8, but it looks like it's coming back.
Yeah, there was no question. Either a block in the back or a hold. Take your pick out there on the edge as Hubbas made the turn.
And it is a hold. It will be marked off from the point of infraction, which was behind the line. It will turn out to be a 12-yard penalty, and it will be 1st and 22 now, back at the Grove City 45. 6th flag of the night against Grove City for 54 yards. And we have more whistles. And I don't think everybody was quite set.
Okay. I'd like to welcome everybody back who's been listening to us on the YouTube Live Grove City feed. So welcome back to you guys. Bobby Thorne, Kerry Reynolds, keeping me posted on how our audio is, and we're back. Glad to be back.
So to do a little adjusting. As the teams make adjustments, sometimes tech people have to also.
Yeah.
1st and 22 for Grove City now at its own 45. 3 receivers, wide right, bunched together. Brees back to pass, throws it far side. There's a flag out. Eagles weren't set. Pass goes to receiver in the right flat, trying to see who's on the bottom of the pile. He did not get upfield easily, but Grove City was not set on the play.
No, yeah, something did not look right about that play right from the start.
And the catch was made by McCready, who picked up 2. The penalty is illegal shift, and Leboeuf will decline it. Brings up 2nd down and about 20. Pickup of 2. Hayden McCready, his 2nd grab of the night.
Maybe some kind of a shot down the field here, Briggsy, looking for Pereira.
2nd and 20 at the 47 of Grove City. 4:38 to go in the 3rd. Eagles moving right to left. White jerseys, old gold numbers and letters outlined in black. Black trim, black pants, black helmets. Fort Leboeuf, blue jerseys, white numbers and letters. Silver pants with blue trim, blue helmets for the Bison here at home. Brees out of the shotgun. Sets up a screen near side, caught by Pereira. Pereira along the near hash mark, stumbling forward outside the number, stiff arms the man, and is finally brought down by Endress at the 42 of Fort Leboeuf, a pickup of 11. It will be 3rd down and about 9. They went for Pereira, but they went short and so long.
Right, yeah, the Pereira was trying to go long, but good little play call to certainly make this 3rd down play much more manageable.
3rd and 9 at the 42. 2 receivers and a wing to the left, and now Pereira motions from slot left to the right slot onto the wide side of the field. Martin will now shift to the right wing. 3rd and 9. Brees back to pass, throws it downfield. Diving catch made on the comeback by Zach Rogers at the 32-yard line. Rogers needed 9. He gets 10.
Yeah, great little route run by Rogers. And again, we love having, Grove City is loving having Rogers back at that split end position, and obviously Logan Brees back at the quarterback position.
10-yard gain. Brees now 11 of 12 tonight for 94 yards.
Yeah, efficient.
And Brees will give it to Huvis. Huvis over the right side. Huvis is inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He approaches the 200-yard mark tonight. 20 carries, 188 yards tonight for Curtis Huvis.
Yeah, you get the feeling the Grove City coaches are, they're having fun here, calling the plays and keeping the tempo exactly what they want to. Everything working well.
Brees will give it to Huvis up the middle. Huvis with a crease across the 25. Brought down by Lesick at the 22-yard line. Huvis slamming forward and giving Grove City 3rd and short. They'll give him 6 to the 23.
Yeah, quick tempo here, Briggsy.
And the give is to Huvis again. Huvis spins forward, gets to the 20, and then is driven back, but he will have enough for the 1st down. Huvis takes the ball to the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason they're having fun making play calls is when in doubt, give it to number 28.
1st and 10 at the 20. This is the 13th play of the drive, a drive that is used over 5.5 minutes. Brees has Huvis to his right. Rogers and Pereira to the left. Pereira in the slot. Martin inside of McCready on the right side as the ball's centered. Brees quarterback draw. Brees cuts to his right and falls forward to his left. Gets a couple of yards as Rimpa was in there initially along with Lucian. Lesick made the tackle.
Is that Brees getting up a little slow and limping? Yeah, that's obviously that you don't want to call too many design quarterback runs with Brees right now, right?
2-yard gain for Brees. Now they give to Huvis. Huvis up the middle. Huvis cuts to his right to the 10. Huvis to the 5, and Huvis will take it in for the touchdown. But 2 flags on the field. One thrown by the referee, one thrown by the back judge. It appears that an 18-yard touchdown run is going to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, as there was some kind of infraction right there at the line of scrimmage, and then there was another blocking infraction, I'm guessing, down the field as Huvis bounced to the outside and went into the end zone.
Well, actually offsetting penalties. A hold on Grove City, which does wipe out the touchdown, but face mask on Fort Leboeuf, so the penalty's offset.
Okay.
And it remains 2nd and 8. So the Eagles, the touchdown's taken off the board, but you get 2nd down and 8 over again.
No loss of down, no loss of yardage.
Under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Pereira motions from right to left. And Brees will give it to Huvis. Huvis over the left side. He's inside the 15. Rimpa and Ford combine to bring him down at the 13-yard line. And Grove City will have 3rd and 3 upcoming.
In some ways, weird to think about, but all this is maybe Grove City's going to be able to have the football for a couple of more minutes and still score a touchdown.
3rd and 3. Give the Huvis. Huvis up the middle to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Grove City. Curtis Huvis goes over the 200-yard mark of the night. His 2nd score of the evening, and Grove City extends the lead to 24-0. A 15-play touchdown drive.
Yeah. Again, it's obviously what you're trying to do when you get the football and you're up several scores, 2-3 scores, is you want to chew up clock and score again, and that is exactly what Grove City able to do as they extend the lead to 24-0 with 1:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Point after pending.
15 plays, 86 yards on the drive. It used 6:51. McCready to attempt the kick. Snap is good. Hold us down. McCready's kick is up and it hits the right upright, and it is no good. But Grove City extends the lead to 24-0. Curtis Huvis, his 2nd touchdown of the night. We'll come back with the kickoff after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
When there's work to do, ground to break, earth to move, and a reputation to uphold, you need the durable...
Mercer County Career Center. Great careers start here.
My success starts at the center.
My future's looking good.
Mercer County Career Center is all about the future. My future.
Talk to your guidance counselor today.
An approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course, as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
The 3rd quarter is brought to you by Medicine Shop Pharmacy. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, caring beyond prescription.
Welcome back to Fort Leboeuf's Carmenito Field here in Waterford. Grove City with a 24-0 lead. 1:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hayden McCready to kick off. It's a line drive along the near side picked up by Lesick at the 24. He'll get across the 30 to the 32-yard line. That's where Leboeuf will begin this drive with 1:22 to go. And Chris, we have snow falling.
I know, I love it. Yeah, it was little hints of snow before the game. But, yeah, now we have some legitimate snow. Late October trip to Erie County on a night that it's about 40 degrees when you leave Grove City. Snow is certainly always possible.
Wind kicking up as well. It is at Leboeuf's back, straight out of the north. Double wing set, unbalanced line to the left. Lichtinger goes in motion. He'll get the toss. Student body left. Looking for a block. He gets it from Lucian. Lichtinger upfield outside the 45 to the 47 where he is knocked out of bounds. But Lichtinger picks up 15 and a nice start to the drive for the Bison.
Yeah, a little kind of just almost like the old toss power play. He was able to get to the edge and get down the sideline and pick up a 1st down and more.
1st down to the 47-yard line for Leboeuf. That is the 7th 1st down of the evening. Leboeuf, a quick score and a 2-pointer, and the Bison are right back in it.
Right.
1st and 10 at the 47, moving left to right in this final minute plus of the 3rd quarter. Rimpa comes in motion, student body right, same play other side, and he'll pick up a healthy gain to the Grove City 45-yard line before Nemec brings him down. See Nathan Boyd out there defensively for Grove City, and there's a player that's Zach Rogers, a little bit slow to get up, and he will come out at least for a play, and that will bring Hunter Homan into the game. And we'll see if McCready goes back to safety, but a gain of 8 for Rimpa.
Yeah, that's not good with Rogers. You think about how you'd maybe love to get Brees out of the game if, kind of later in the game here, if the score holds, and now your backup quarterback's limping off, or not even limping off, hopping off because he can't put any weight on the right leg.
2nd and 2 for Leboeuf at the 45, just inside the near right hash. Blows at quarterback. Endress will go wide left. Lichtinger wing to the right. Rimpa and Lucian split behind the quarterback, Blows. And the give is to Rimpa. A flag thrown by the referee behind the play. It is a false start, as it looked like the right side of the line had a quick start. Ball will be set back 5 yards to midfield. 2nd down and 7. Leboeuf, 6 penalties, 50 yards tonight.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't sound that bad. 6 penalties, 50 yards, that's not horrible, but it just seems like it has stalled out many opportunities for this offense to do some damage.
Clock winds down to 15 seconds to go. Leboeuf breaks the huddle. Rimpa will be a wing to the left, Lichtiger wing right. Lucian is the single back behind Blows. Rimpa in motion, he gets a toss. Coming to the short side of the field, Rimpa gets back the penalty yardage before being brought down near the 45-yard line. So we see Blair in there, Martin on the tackle along with Nathan Boyd. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Grove City with the lead 24-0. We'll come back with the 4th quarter after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
And now, Power Remodeling presents another episode of Home Improvement Drop.
Deal ever?
Ever.
Well, okay then.
All right then.
1 week later.
You never showed up this morning.
Yeah, I got sick.
Thought you said you were reliable.
I said we were trustworthy.
What?
Warner's Homes and Improvements have over 50 years of experience working with all types of windows. You can depend on Warner's Homes and Improvements to give you a great quality product. The majority of Warner's window installations will be completed within 1 business day. Their certified technicians will install your windows with a tight seal to give you protection from the elements and savings on your energy bills. Warner's Homes and Improvements offers a number of services for replacement windows. For more details, go to warnerconstruction.com. Quality you can trust. Warner's Homes and Improvements, South Erie Street, Mercer.
The 4th quarter is brought to you by Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. Flynn's will get you in right now.
4th quarter underway, 3rd down for Leboeuf, 3rd and 3, and Rimpa will take the ball up the middle across the 40 to the 39. He'll pick up 7, and Fort Leboeuf converts for the 3rd time on 3rd down tonight. 1st and 10 at the Grove City 39. 24-0, Grove City leading. Fort Leboeuf on the move, along with Chris Birch. Ryan Briggs here tonight in Waterford. Fort Leboeuf now going into the wind. Double wing set. Lichtiger comes in motion. Snap is fumbled, loose on the turf. And coming up with it is the quarterback, Blows, who never really had it. He'll end up picking up about half a yard on the play, but it is 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, another broken play, momentum killer for Fort Leboeuf. And again, they're putting together a nice little drive here that's chewing up some clock, but down 24-0 and needing a score to get back in this game. In some ways, you're just doing Grove City a favor with this drive.
Much like we saw last week with Northwestern,
right.
A long drive down 22-7 against Farrell, but stalled out and resulted in a field goal.
Right.
2nd and a long 9 from just inside the 39. Lichtiger in motion. They'll hand it back to Rimpa on a counter. Rimpa hit in the middle of the line for no gain. Might have even lost half a yard. Golgonski in there. We see Martin amongst others. Nowhere to run. The Eagles have not been fooled at all by the counter plays.
No, they really have not. No, that any type of misdirection that Fort Leboeuf has tried to run, Grove City has been all over it. Grove City obviously has been all over any passing plays by Fort Leboeuf. They've really only had luck, with like some toss power stuff and runs up the middle. But for the most part, this Grove City defense grading out at an A at just about every single aspect.
3rd and 10 for Fort Leboeuf. Bison are 3 of 8 on 3rd down tonight. Split backs behind Blows. Blows back the pass, rolling left to the wide side of the field. Throws it downfield. Caught by Jenkins, the tight end, his first grab of the year. He'll have the 1st down and more inside the 25 to the 23-yard line before being driven back in a big 3rd down conversion as Blows finds his tight end.
Yeah, you can see they can do it. I mean, in other words, Blows, great arm, can make all the throws. Rolling out there to his left, setting his feet. That's the first time he's really had time to do that. Finding his big tight end over the middle.
16-yard gain, 1st and 10. First pass completion of the night for Fort Leboeuf. Rimpa wing left, Lucian the single back. Rimpa in motion, he gets a toss. Trying to get around the right side, cuts back to his left. Ball is loose. It is loose, and Grove City has recovered it at the 25-yard line. Eagles come up with the recovery, and looked like it was Hunter Homan who came up with the recovery.
Yeah, Hunter Homan in for Rogers because Rogers got shaken up a little bit. just a big pop on the running back Rimpa, and Grove City able to fall on it, and the third takeaway of the night for this Grove City Eagles defense. And all 3 times were situations where Fort Leboeuf was driving and perhaps going in for a score.
Grove City will now have it 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Eagles up 24-0, looking for round 3 with either Hickory or Slippery Rock. Hickory with the lead at last report in the other District 10 semifinal. Eagles taking their time. And the play clock reached 0. And the back judge throws his flag, and the Eagles will be set back 5 yards to the 19-yard line on that delay of game penalty. Taking a little bit too much time.
Yeah, 9:30 to go here in this fourth quarter in this game, and again, Grove City coming up here against a 6-0 Fort Leboeuf team that had rolled, and just doing exactly what they needed to do.
Handoff over the right side, as that appears to be Nemec on the carry. It is Anthony Nemec, the sophomore. Gets some of the penalty yardage back. They'll give him 4 to the 23-yard line. Clock down to 9:08. Grove City has the wind at its back. Pereira slot left. Receivers to either side as well. Martin is a wing to the left. Nemec stays in the backfield. Long count for Brees. Play clock at 10. Leboeuf showing blitz. Snap, and Brees will give it to Nemec. Nemec over the left side. Up across the 25 out to the 28-yard line, where Rimpa and Riazzi bring him down.
Yeah, again, Ryan, just another great job. I know I've said it a few times. I don't feel like I can say it enough. This Grove City offensive line just winning the battle at the line of scrimmage almost every play.
3rd and 6 at the 28. Brees back to pass, pumps again, throwing the ball downfield and going up incomplete in the double coverage as Skinner and
coverage for the Bison.
Go, boys!
It looked more like a clear shirt.
Okay.
We got a JV.
1st and 10 to Leboeuf.
Oh my goodness. Is he on the field?
Lucian picks up the Fort Leboeuf 1st down, 1st and 10 to the Bison.
Someone's gonna get it.
Good job, Justin.
Oh, did he crush him? Could have killed him.
Uh-oh, is he okay?
Oh, yeah, he killed him.
Yeah, pretty good. Just great job along the line of scrimmage there for the Grove City defensive line. Daglonsky, we've been calling his name all night.
2nd and 10 to 45. Lichtinger motions from left to right. Endress rolls right, throws it downfield. Caught by Lichtinger at the 35. Lichtinger to the 30. He'll fall forward down to about the 29-yard line. And a lot of whistles, and there's a flag way back upfield, Chris, right near the midfield logo.
Right.
As it stands, it's a 16-yard gain.
16-yard gain and flag behind the original line of scrimmage.
You wonder if perhaps roughing the passer. We'll see what the penalty is.
Of course, you always want to be certainly.
And indeed, it is roughing the passer. So there's a half the distance penalty after the completion. The ball will be placed down inside the 15-yard line at about the 14. And for Leboeuf is into the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville.
Yeah, for roughing the passer call last week, of course, resulting in an ejection. So he's got to be careful with hitting a prone quarterback after he's thrown the football.
That, of course, in the Faro Northwestern game. Toss comes near side to Rimpa, and Rimpa hauled down. Jacob Blair brings him down back at the 19-yard line. Rimpa could not get away from the big defensive end.
Yeah, how about Blair showing a little bit of lateral speed there, a lateral quickness, getting out, and Rimpa, who's definitely got some jets, couldn't get the jets going that time as Blair hauled him to the ground.
Coming up on the 6-minute mark, this will be the 5th play of the drive. 24-0 Grove City with the lead. Fort Leboeuf, a great opportunity here. Daum wide right. Lichtinger wing left. Now Lichtinger motions from left to right to the wide side of the field. Max Endress at quarterback rolling right. Off his back foot, throwing it downfield into the end zone. Incomplete. And now a flag behind.
Andrews rolling to his right, looking for a shot deep in the end zone. Pass incomplete. There is a flag on the flag.
Cielo, who was blanketed downfield. And it is ineligible man downfield on Fort Leboeuf. McLaughlin, the big left tackle, at number 66, and you're as noticeable as he is. If you get too far upfield, a 7-man crew is going to catch him.
Yeah, and again, not to keep, sort of saying the same things over and over again, but another promising Fort Leboeuf drive inside the McCandless Ford red zone, and another really badly timed penalty for them.
Grove City accepts the penalty. The ball goes back to the 24, now 2nd and 20. Thought they might decline it and go with 3rd and 15, but instead the Eagles push Fort Leboeuf back 5 yards and at least temporarily out of the McCandless Ford red zone. 2nd and 20 for the Bison with 5:50 to go. Wasiella wide left. Backs are split behind Endress. Endress bootlegging to the right. Endress looking, throwing the ball downfield for Wasiella. Tipped, incomplete. Knocked away downfield. And on the coverage for Grove City, Trey Resner, the sophomore. And it will be 3rd down and long now for Fort Leboeuf.
Yeah, great recovery there by Resner. Resner able to, he got him with his first move, but Resner able to hustle back and get into position and knock it away. And actually probably had a better chance to catch the ball than the receiver did.
3rd and 20 for Leboeuf. Bison 4 of 9 on 3rd down. Certainly 4-down territory for the Bison, who need 3 touchdowns and 3 two-pointers to tie it. 5:37 to go. Each team has all 3 timeouts left. I have a feeling that with Fort Leboeuf, they've been 1 play away. They just to get over the hump at some point.
Yeah, obviously running out of time, but no, I mean they've done well from the 30, in between the 30s.
Endress fumbles a snap, now picks it up and runs with it, and he will not get very far. He will be driven back to the 27-yard line. Grove City defense coming up with another play. Of course, Endress was in trouble from the get-go.
Yeah, right. Just kind of bobbled the snap a little bit, and then the Grove City defensive line just snowing him under there. And again, kind of Fort Leboeuf is following the script here, making some big plays to get it around the 30-yard line, but then once they get into this area, they stall out with penalties and broken plays.
4th down and 23. Wasiella, Blos, and Daum wide to the right. Rimpa, the single back. Tight end is on the left side. That's the near side. Endress will roll right. Under pressure. Throwing the ball towards the end zone. It is tipped, incomplete, knocked away. Grove City had 2 men downfield to knock it away, and the Eagles will take over on downs with 4:47 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, I like they kind of learned from the mistake earlier in the game. That time, not going for the interception, going just to knock it down and take it over right there at the line of scrimmage. So Grove City with a chance now, up 24-0 with 4:47 to go to essentially milk this one away.
Winner, of course, and Grove City in good shape now, advancing to next week's District 10 3A title game. And if Hickory wins, it would be at Hickory. And Hornets had the lead at last report. We'll get you an update here shortly. 1st and 10 for Grove City at the 27. And the give is the Nemec. Nemec up the middle to the 30, across the 30 to the 33. Gentile will bring Nemec down, but Nemec will pick up close to 6 on the play. We'll give them 5.5, bringing up 2nd and 4. After the game, we'll have the O'Neill Coffee Player of the Game, the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game, and then Aaron Biro and Scott Clary will have the Sharon Regional Sports Medicine 5th Quarter Scoreboard Show until 11 o'clock tonight here on Sports Radio 96.7. And update, Hickory leading 30-0 over Slippery Rock. That game early in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
So they are behind us time-wise there, so we may have some bonus coverage. Snap is bobbled, and then falling on it back there is the Grove City quarterback, and that is Rogers now, or excuse me, that's Hunter Homan in the quarterback.
Homan, yep.
And Homan mishandles the snap. I think he probably just took his eyes off it, and it's a loss back to the 24, loss of 9.
Yeah, Brees, of course, he did something. He tweaked it something when they ran that was either a broken play or a designed quarterback run. And then, of course, Rogers, who's been his backup, he went out limping on a defensive play. So Hunter Homan, the 3rd quarterback in to maybe bring this one home.
3rd and 13 from the 24. Homan back to pass. Homan throwing the ball downfield, and it is caught in stride inside the 45, down to the 40-yard line, and making the grab. That's Trey Resner for Grove City.
Yeah, perhaps a glimpse of the future right there is 2 young guys hooking up on that long pass play, and okay, well, we're not going to milk the clock away, Birch. We're gonna take a shot downfield with our new quarterback.
38-yard gain, the completion from Homan to Resner, the freshman to the sophomore. 1st down, Grove City at the 38. Nemec to the left of Homan. McCready is wide to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Martin is a wing to the right. Play clock at 7. Homan will give it to Nemec. Nemec up the middle. Anthony Nemec to the 30. Anthony Nemec to the 20. Anthony Nemec rumbling 10, 5. Touchdown Grove City. That will do it. Anthony Nemec from 38 yards out gives Grove City a 30-0 lead.
Yeah, Nemec just made one cutback, and just nobody there. The corner on the right side here had bit up the middle, and when he bounced it out, there was just nobody there, and able to just rumble in. And what a great day for Hovis and Nemec, the outstanding running back duo for Grove City, as Grove City now 284 yards rushing on the day.
McCready on to attempt the extra point, hoping the 3rd time is the charm. Homan, who engineered that scoring drive, he's the holder. Howard, the snapper. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick tipped at the line. It is no good. If you like alliteration there, you had Howard, Hunter Homan, and Hayden.
Yeah.
Hunter Homan, the holder.
Yeah.
So, but the extra point no good, and the lead is now 30-0 Grove City. We have 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go. We'll come back with a finish after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
one of them. At the new Edgewood Pain Management Center located at Edgewood Surgical Hospital, our pain specialists will create an individualized care plan to help get you back to doing the things you love. For more information, call 724-734-4409 or ask your doctor about a referral to the Edgewood Pain Management Center today.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. Flynn's will get you in right now.
Back here at Fort Leboeuf. 2 minutes, 44 seconds to go. Grove City kicking off after the 38-yard touchdown run by Anthony Nemec. McCready's field or extra point was no good. His kickoff is a bouncer upfield, and Fort Leboeuf will field it at the 35, and falling down out there will be Nick Hess. And that's where Leboeuf will take over as the Bison coming in undefeated. This is a good football team. They lost Harris early.
Yeah.
You guys say, what if? You can see why this team was 6-0, but certainly Grove City a very strong 3-3 team coming in.
Yeah.
And you think the Eagles' schedule certainly prepared them for tonight.
And there's no question about it. Grove City's defense they played unbelievable. Obviously, a big night for Hovis on the offensive side, but the defense just never let Fort Leboeuf get going.
And some changes for Fort Leboeuf offensively. A few new backs in there, and that's Lisick on the carry. Excuse me, that is not Lisick on the carry. That is 33. And 33 is Carter Wander. And Wander will be thrown for a loss of 5 back to the 32-yard line. It will be second and long as we approach the 2-minute mark in this one. After the game, O'Neill Coffey, player of the game. The lock, stock, and barrel play of the game will endeavor to get head coach Sam Mowry up here as well. On second down, this time it is Lisick over the right side. He'll get back the lost yardage before being brought down. Actually, he'll fight forward to the 39. Gain of 7 for Lessick. Nathan Boyd in on the tackle among others for Grove City. See Resner in at quarterback. Some other changes out there for Grove City.
Yeah.
They've been able to get looks like Jeremiah McElwain in at defense or linebacker here on the near side. But Lessick, a nice gain, and it will be third down upcoming for Fort Leboeuf. 3rd and 8 at the 39. And the handoff off tackle on the gain for Leboeuf. That was Lessick again. And Lessick gets a yard to the 40. 4th and 7 as we have a minute to go in this one. Grove City will go to 4-3 and presumably round 3 at Hickory next week. Hickory has opened up a 30-0 lead on Slippery Rock. That game is still in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
So that will we're well ahead of that. We'll have an extended postgame here tonight at Waterford.
Lots of passing, I would assume, in that game.
Handoff on a jet sweep around the right side for Leboeuf, trying to get outside for the Bison. That was Nathan Lurch. He found himself on a lurch.
Yeah.
Loses a couple, and he'll be brought down with 34 seconds to go. This Grove City defense, the young guys getting a chance to play. Well, this is not a particularly old Grove City team in terms of seniors, a small senior class, but some of the JVs and reserves getting a chance to show their wares here in a playoff game.
Yeah, no doubt. Grove City did. They had a nice JV season this year, too. So some of those guys coming out there and getting to get a little confidence, get a little playoff action, get their name in the scorebook, so to speak.
Now Grove City will take a knee. You know, they love running that play.
Yes, that's your favorite play.
Time will wind down. The Grove City Eagles will go back to the District 10 championship game. They lost to Sharon last year. They lost to Sharon the year before. Can they knock off what we presume will be Hickory next week? We'll find out. We'll talk about that. We'll have a full game recap and much, much more. Grove City, a big win tonight on the road in the District 10 3A semifinals, 30-0. Back with a full post game after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Come
out of the shadows and feast your eyes on our devilish deals. Lease the all-new
Could be.
2021
Slippery
K5
Rock doesn't
LSX
shake. I know
$209 a
that.
month for
They do the whole
36
wave
months
at the
with zero due at signing. $209
whatever,
a
that's
month
their
and
prerogative.
zero due at signing. This is no trick. It's your treat. Are you planning to buy a car? Do you have a job? Our thrilling credit team can give you up to $7,000 over KBB fair value towards the purchase of any select 2020
you need a shirt, don't you,
Sorento
Chris?
in stock. A spine-chilling $7,000. That's better than a vampire who lives.
What do we need on
dead-end
brakes,
street.
Andy?
It's time for Taylor and devilish.
What's that?
deals
Oh,
at
we're still
Taylor
on?
Kia of
Oh, okay.
Portland
Hi,
and
everybody.
Hermitage. With free credit, 10K annual miles plus tax titles,
We're going to have T-shirt presentations and whatnot. You might not see that on the video, but Chris gets sent outside.
Herman's Pure Spring
We're going to have a long
Water can be
post game, so hang
delivered
with
to
us.
your home or office
And if the
for
video
free.
feed ends, you can go to
Did know that Herman Water in most cases
sportsradio967.com.
is delivered only 48 hours after being bottled. Take advantage of Herman's special introductory offer. Receive your first month cooler rental and get 2 5-gallon bottles for free. That's a $20 value with no strings attached. Herman's Water in Sharpsville since 1908. Online at hermanswater.com. Herman's Water, when taste matters.
Do you have questions about nursing home costs? Are you concerned the nursing home could take your home, your assets, or leave your loved ones to pay the bill? Don't panic. You have options. Call the law firm of McNichol & Bonner, LLP, located in Grove City. The McNichol & Bonner team of experienced attorneys will provide you with the guidance necessary to save you from losing your valuable assets before or even after you have entered the nursing home.
As well. It's Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Sharpsville Plaza in Sharpsville. Open Monday through Saturday from 7 till 7.
Our roots are right here in this area. We're local. Many of us were born and raised in the communities that we serve. Because of that, we make our decisions right here at the bank. Some places have local branches. We have local roots. Mercer County State Bank. Community-minded just like you. Member FDIC. Visit us online at mcsbank.com.
Community-minded, just like you. I'm Karina Deal, and we've been selling cars at Deal Automotive for over 25 years. We work to understand your needs, make you feel comfortable, and that's the core of our success. With dealerships in 5 counties, we're also a proud partner in community events and support local high school sports. We want to be a part of your community. That's who we are. We're Deal Automotive. Our prices bring people in. Our people keep them coming back. When the time is right, check out dealauto.com and meet our family.
From the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Studios, online at pennohiorc.com. Sports Radio 96.7 WLLF Mercer Hermitage, a Cumulus station. The Fifth Quarter Show is being brought to you by O'Neill Coffee, proud sponsors of the O'Neill Coffee Player of the Game. Visit them online at o'neillcoffee.com.
And we're back here tonight from Fort Leboeuf High School in Waterford, Pennsylvania, Carm Benito Field. And the Grove City Eagles come on the road and defeat previously undefeated Fort Leboeuf 30-0. I'm Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with me. Chris on the field taking care of some post-game stuff. He's giving out our O'Neill Coffee Player of the Game Award, or he will be in short order. But that'll be coming up. We'll have that and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. We'll have a full recap, scoring, stats, and much more.